Hi, how you doing? Today's a bit of a free-for-all, so you're going to see all sorts of things happen, hopefully. If you don't know who I am, I'm Danny DeHeck. I'm an independent investigative journalist based in Aotearoa, otherwise known as New Zealand. We name and shame individuals that are running or promoting Ponzi schemes and scams. There's a team of us. We're called the Avengers. So an Avenger is somebody that helps us investigate things using open source intelligence. And over the last few years, we've just got better and better at it. And what has made our what we call the Avenger Anti-Fraud Alliance, otherwise known as AAA group, a collective, good, is the people that we connect with. So over the years, we've formed alliances with other journalists, freelance journalists, and also government departments, Alberta Security Commission, the FMA here in New Zealand. I can't think of all the names, but we basically have a list of email addresses and contacts that we've formed relationships over the years. So if you're looking at, you've been scammed, or maybe you've just invested a large sum of money into some opportunity and you think that it's real because a friend of yours has referred you into it, and they may have come up with claims saying things like, oh, I've been investing in this company for ages and I get dividends. All this is red flags to us, and we would love to hear from you. If you've lost money to a scam and you think there's a chance that you can recover the money, the chances of that are very, very little, unfortunately. But there's a lot of organizations out there that claim that they can help you recover lost funds, especially with crypto. All this is horse shit. There's no such thing as anyone able to block into the hack into the blockchain and recover people's crypto. So we're here as a collective trying to save people from the bottom feeders of the planet who actually, mislead people and tell them a whole lot of lies to get their money. So we've got a pretty good organization, as I said, and I'm really proud of it. I'm just going to see if I can flip into the right screen, and look at that, it worked perfectly first time. What we've been doing over the last few days is a bit of a marathon, to be honest. So if you're on my YouTube channel, you can see I've got different sections. So scammers exposed, confrontations, leaked evidence, and victim stories. These are all videos where I often trim them up as much as I can. I do long form content. Down here, we've got Avenger Patrol, real-time scam alerts, 24-hour patrol, live at any moment. And that's where we are recording in today. So if you went into that section, you'll see that I've got uncut all over the thumbnails. That's because I try to cut out as much as I can without losing the story. And we're often doing live investigations. And I see Neville in the chat room. Very good. I see there's only 4 people here at the moment, but we'll have a few more in a few minutes. Also, if you have been following one of our investigations, you can normally click on the post section of our website, and you'll see that I regularly post. So 3 hours ago, I posted a summary of a scammer's video who tried to sue me in the New Zealand High Court for 3.85 million and lost. He's been relaunching all sorts of stuff for as long as I can remember, and it's actually become comical to listen to his weekly videos. But we give you a breakdown of every bit of lie, and we're using AI to do a lot of the work that we do. Now, something I'm really proud of here is a new shirt that we have, and I don't know why it's blurry, but maybe I didn't get the proper image that I should have, but maybe I can get that to me. The scripter might be able to give me the better version of that. But in here, we're just promoting our new shirt that we released in our merch store. Now, unfortunately, I were the person that whistleblowed an opportunity called Goliath Ventures. And Goliath Ventures was running a very expensive campaign, telling people they could get anything from 3 to 8% return on their investments. You just had to trust them. And unfortunately, everyone lost their money. So just out of curiosity, I'm wondering if I can actually grab that picture, because that would be quite cool. And this is what we do. We go into the websites of the opportunities, and we basically break down, the images of a website, and we look at how it's constructed, and we basically use everything that we can to, investigate what we believe could be an opportunity. Now, I'm not saying my shirts are an opportunity here, but I am looking for the actual image that you see there so I can actually save it, logo, and we go through websites and analyze them in this way. But look, there's an easy way to do it. I can literally right-click on this, I think. If I go into elements, I can see pictures here, and we come here, and there's the picture I want. So now we've got a clearer version of that picture, and Danny's frantically trying to save this, not wasting your time. And we will put, we'll call it burger. Burger, or was that bugger? Don't know, I'm dyslexic, happens a lot. So we'll save that there, we'll come back into this post here, and hopefully I can edit this, and we can potentially edit this again. And I don't think I can, so what we're going to do now is we're going to copy that, and we're going to go cancel, and we've already got someone who's commented, so Rick, you'll need to post that comment again, or go delete. And now I will post a comment on my YouTube channel. So this is how I post, and this is how I keep you guys up to date. We'll go to post, and I will now get an image, which hopefully will be on a nice clean image this time, and it will be on my desktop or down on downloads. There it is. And now we'll post that comment again. And before you know it, hopefully that will turn up on my website. So if you want one of our t-shirts, you can now see there's a better image up there. You can read all about it, but let's read about this t-shirt that we've created and why we've created it, because it's actually quite funny.
Burger emergency vehicle revolving light. Breaking news. Christopher Delgado has officially been deep fried. Face with tears of joy. Remember when the former Goliath Ventures CEO was flipping burgers at In-N-Out before flipping a $328 million investment scheme? Well, we couldn't resist grinning face with squinting eyes. Introducing the deep-fried Delgado in No-Out Scam Burger. Burger extra crispy fire. Lightly seasoned with bad decisions restricted symbol served on an in No-Out Scam plate. Wad of bills with wings guaranteed to leave your wallet lighter than the combo meal. This is satire. A bit of fun inspired by one of the biggest financial scandals I've investigated. If you've followed the Goliath Ventures saga, you'll get the joke. If you want to wear something that starts conversations, and probably gets a few laughs, this one's for you. Backhand index finger pointing right, grab yours here. https://store.deot.com/product/9610. Warning sign warning. Wearing this shirt may cause scammers to avoid eye contact, Ponzi promoters to become uncomfortable, and your friends to ask, what on earth does that mean? No scam. Just laughs. Burger restricted symbol.
Yeah, so it's quite cool. So I'm actually hoping to get one of those. I might wear it in the plane when I'm going to America, which I'm quite excited about. But I did the other day, I was trying to do orange and it wouldn't load. Ah, there we go. Oh, it's a bit of a contrast. So you can pick whatever color you want, and hopefully that will load this time. Yes, it did. It just takes a wee bit of time. Isn't that so cool though? So if you want to and you're a female, you can get yourself a pink one, recommended not for truck drivers. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So we're just having a bit of fun here. It's another way that people can support us, get something for your donation. I do get a commission when people buy these shirts. I use a great little platform that enables me to create merch. Now, as I said, we are the Avengers. So you'll actually see the Pixelator, the Admiral, Queen of Karma, the Red Raptor, Bobby Lane, Jelly Snack, Susie Stealth, and Crypto G. And we're currently working on a new Avenger for Life t-shirt as well, which is quite cool. And also we've obviously even put some merch together for a bit of a laugh. This is Goliath Ventures brand, and then we've put Busted on it just to add to home. So we have a bit of that going on. If you are on my website and you want to support the work that I do, we do try to give back as much as we can. I wake up in the morning and I look at my emails and I go, oh my goodness. I just got off a 45-minute call with an investigation that we're doing, and we've managed to actually get some amazing intel that I can't tell you. And that's some of the worst thing about my job. But my Avengers have just received that intel, and I've put that into a thing, which is absolutely crazy, what we investigate and what we find out about people just with, using the resources that we have in front of us. We can find out where people live. We can find out where their partners work. We can find out all sorts of things just using open source intelligence. So if you're not familiar with what I'm doing, I have been lucky enough to be featured in the New York Times, a 2-page spread. Now, at that time, I had 350 videos on the internet, and we were busting a scam called Hyperverse. And because journalists are too scared to publish about an organisation that's running a scam, thinking they could get done for defamation and the like, they needed an angle. So they decided to do a story on my investigations instead of doing a story about the scam, and showed some of the investigations I were actively investigating at the time. So it was kind of ironic how the journalists wanted to publish an article about me or about the scam, but decided to do an article about me. Then we had the Bloomberg documentary done by Alice, I'll never get her name quite right, but
Alice Cantor.
Alice Cantor. Now, she works for Bloomberg, but she doesn't work for Bloomberg now. She's now an independent journalist. Now, they did a whole documentary about Chavez and Sam Lee and myself as the person that went after them. Now, she left. Bloomberg received fake court documents from Chavez stating that he was going to sue them for defamation. So they literally took down a video that had nearly 1 million views, re-edited the video, took out Chavez, and put back the video about myself and Sam Lee. And you realize how crazy that is. So the far as I could do, like Alice, I speak to her regularly because she's now working on it for herself, but she won't tell me why they took down the original video. So I can only surmise why I think happened, but I do know that the person that we were going after also tried to get my website host to remove my website, claiming that there was a large court case against me, claiming that he had had a stroke and that I was the cause of it. And the court case was him demanding me to pay his $300,000 US hospital bills, which is absolutely batshit crazy. And even with the court documents that I saw, he had brackets, insert date. And the court documents also had emojis in them. But my hosting company at the time was WP Engine, and they decided it was too risky for them to continue hosting my website because they might get caught into the files, into the case, which is absolutely batshit crazy. So once I started reporting on Goliath Ventures, my website actually started getting denial server attacks. For 2 months, my website got attacked, meaning that they sent so many requests to my website it wouldn't load. So I had to move my website away from I host about 15, 17, I can't remember exactly, websites. So I moved my website hosting from one service provider to another service provider. And the big question I had for them is, what are you going to do when you receive court documents that are fake? Are you going to bend at the knees, or does your legal department have investigation skills where they can tell that these documents are fake and there's no court filings and there's no actually court case? And they never really responded to me. So I've had to actually reach out to Google and ask them to protect my website. So they don't provide that service to anybody. So if you go to the bottom of my website, you can see that my website is protected by Google Project Shield. It's only a service that's available to independent journalists. So when the New York Times published the article about me, they called me the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger. So I had some advice, and it was good advice. And they said, rather than calling yourself the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger, because you're not just all about crypto and I know nothing about crypto, just go after your own name as Danny DeHeck. So my company is actually called Danny DeHeck Limited, and I'm an independent journalist. And Google have decided that I am a journalist that needs to be protected against digital attacks and the like. And because I'm an open source intelligence, so you may have heard of that, I think it used the phrase in that here, it talked about how we are the satire. So they talk about my type of reporting as satire, which basically means that when you're reporting stuff, you do it in humor. And that's one way of reporting. But over the years of doing this, we've actually got more and more serious with the investigations that we take on. And recently, I'm now doing right of replies to people before I publish content rather than just publishing my findings. And I'm trying to actually get myself fully in line with how a real journalist works, because apparently people like Channel 9 News accuse me of not being a real journalist and won't interview me because I'm not a real journalist. So I don't know what a real journalist is. But because we're actually more than just journalists, we're documenting, archiving, and providing evidence to government departments. It is actually quite amazing the extent of work that myself and my Avengers do. Now, these Avengers that I keep talking about, who are they? Well, people would love to know that. We keep people anonymous. Some of the Avengers I've actually never even met or have never seen on camera. Some of them I have met, some of them don't care. I can see Richard in the chat room now. Oops, sorry, Richard. Red Raptor in the chat room right now. And there's a team of passionate people out there who really just want to do the right thing and expose these people. So the process of how we work is, if we were looking at an investigation that we've just been working on over the last week, I work with victims. Victims have purchased these domes. They were told that they were going to be managed, and they were told that they were just about guaranteed a return on their investment, which is too good to be true, to be honest. 40% return on their everything that was brought in the door, they were going to get 40% of it, which is too good to be investment. And they have graphs to match, and the whole lot was a bit is a good concept. I give them that. They already have these domes working, and unfortunately the person that runs the company seems to be narcissistic. He was in the chat room when we were doing this live. There was, to give you an idea, there was 330 messages in the chat room, and 86 of them, or 83 of them, were his. And he was using all capitals. He was calling everyone a liar, and he was calling it a smear campaign. And he's just using gaslighting techniques to actually communicate with me. So we gave him 7 days to respond before we even published the article. We asked him some questions. He refused to answer. So then we sort of knuckle down and we go to town on exposing this individual. Now, I don't want to sit here and call somebody a scammer. I want to give them the right of reply. I want to give them an opportunity to explain, because when I first looked at this here, I thought, hey, this looks pretty cool. And I thought, oh, it just looks like a dispute, a civil dispute, rather than a scammer who's actually defrauding people. But as this investigation unfolded, we've now produced over a 20,000 word article exposing everything that this individual's been doing. And it actually is breathtaking when you read it, and you actually feel like you connect with the victims. And now I'm, like the victims have now got some help from the government, it looks like, and we're helping them with the government stuff just to make sure it's all tickly boo. But boy, have we done a good job at exposing this guy. Now, what's the goal? Why do we want to do it? We're doing more than just reporting the news. We're actually in the trenches fighting with these individuals. Through our investigation, we found federal court rulings. We found quite a few civil accounts. We found the local, I don't know what you call them, the local council actually complaining about, sanitation. They've had meetings going on for months and months and months. We have victim after victim come forward. We even had, deals where they were buying somebody else's glamping business, and he was proposing to go 50-50 partnership with the person, and they invested $80,000, and then he decided that he would let the lady get out of the deal, and then he agreed to make payments, and he paid back $24,000, and then the money stopped, and all this sort of hocus pocus stuff. We researched the companies they open. We really do amazing investigations, and it's actually breathtaking and sad. I've videoed the lady this one here I'm talking about. We see where she's been removed from the company records. So he's basically, so she received $24,000 in repayments, but she's now $55,000 out of pocket, and every part of the contract has been breached. You don't even need to be anything to figure that out. And then we researched the guy. We find out he's got multiple companies. We see the guy was, you won't be able to see this very well, but you'll see the guy is actually branding himself under Global Glamping LLC. But when he asks for people to pay, he gets them to pay in a different name company. So we just see the same pattern every time. And then we had, a story where some people went to book via Airbnb, and then when they turned up at the Airbnb in the place to stay, you can actually see in the background here, which you won't be able to see very clearly, but that is the remnants of what looks like a failed glamping common room. Okay. Failed common room. I don't know what it was, but you can see all the rips here. So when the people turned up here, a guy turned up on a bike, and I was assuming it was Devon, telling them that they can stay in one of the cabins instead of the glamping spot that they booked. Anyway, so they put all that review on Facebook, and then we've embedded it, which I don't normally do, but I just had to because it was so sickening. Then we started researching like TripAdvisor reviews, and so we put the reviews. You can click on those, and you can go in there. So this is what people were told, and this is breathtaking. But these are the images that people were, led to believe. Now imagine going and staying at a place that has pictures like this, and you think, so this is what you see, and this here is what people are led to believe are going to get when they go and book at this camping place. And all these pictures don't exist. So if you go back to here and you go back to this picture here, and that picture in the background is actually what looks like to be that dome that's advertised that doesn't exist. So it's all outdated, needs a lot of maintenance. And then what we do is we look into the individual behind it, and we find these adverts where he's now actually advertising himself as a personal trainer. And then we start getting all the inquiries in we start getting all the complaints from people that have dealt with this guy. So he's now gone from selling global glamping businesses with finance and management and the whole 9 yards to claiming all sorts of things. But now we see him advertising as a personal trainer. So in my opinion, he's actually a hustler. And then we find that he's also offering people up to 20% commissions if they promote his glamping spot. So he's got a pyramid structure to his whole business, which you know how I feel about multi-level marketing. But this isn't, this investigation, when I read this blog and we had the people speaking and telling us his side of the story, we actually pleaded with him to do the right thing. And we said to him, why don't you put your energy that you've put into your health into making people whole instead? And he will argue the fact that he's doing that, but he's doing nothing. And the attitude and the gaslighting. So what I'm trying to say here is this was an amazing investigation. I'm the bus driver. My Avengers do all the research, and they're the unsung heroes. People like, Susie, Crypto G, Larry Lane, as we mentioned. And it just goes on and on and on. But there's just one person who's consumed probably, 24 hours of my time. And then we go into other investigations. Like yesterday we did a live. We did it about these people have now had cease and desist from the government telling them they shouldn't be promoting e-real estate, which is tokenized real estate on the blockchain. Things like the government have now come back and said that the premises that they're claiming are chopped up into digital investment opportunities don't even exist. Yesterday, while I was doing the live, we were showing people pictures of real estate that they're promoting that they own, and now we find out that they don't own nothing. So that's another 8 hours of my life I'll never get back. And it just goes on and on and on. And what we're doing is we put everyone into a database. So I'm just going to bring up my database, but I don't want to incriminate anybody. So I'll just ping that down until it loads, and then we'll see what we've got. Well, I'm glad I did that. So that's good. Getting better at doing this stuff live. So the Avengers are persons of interest. We currently actually have well over 1,000 people now. I've lost count, to be honest. With my Goliath Ventures investigation, we actually labelled all the co-conspirators. Now, no mainstream newspaper, no proper journalists will do what we do, but we have actually named individuals that are co-conspirators. So today I was thinking, do I put my article about Dante online? So we've been researching one of those co-conspirators, and we're going to do what we call Operation Elephant. And Operation Elephant is actually how do you eat an elephant, and that's one mouthful at a time. So we're going to go through, we've already done some articles, we've done lots on Christopher. He's now facing a 50-year jail sentence. He's pleaded guilty to a $328 million Ponzi scheme. We believe the next person that's going to be charged will be Nick Petrillo. Tomo, which we just had some amazing stuff about him yesterday. He was a speaker at some police event telling them about their health. And then we've also got video evidence of him being a speaker on Andrew Tate's event where he was promoting the war room. Now, if you're not familiar with Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate, they've just been incarcerated, and they're getting deported back to England to face a whole lot of sexual charges. Now, here we've got Tomo speaking at their event and Tomo speaking at a police event. So we want to do a whole summary of what he's been up to. Now, the police event that Tomo was speaking at, we actually wrote to the police and we said, haven't you been watching the investigation of Goliath Ventures unfold? Why are you having this guy speak at your event? So we've got some pretty amazing stuff. Now, there was another organization called Orlando Economic Partners, and that's like the business hub of Orlando businesses getting together. Christopher Delgado, the guy over here, he paid $200,000 to be featured on their website as some sort of prominent investment company. They have since now refunded that money, refunded $190,000 of it. But in the meantime, the dumb thing is we warned them. We wrote to everybody. It's even been in, if you go to my website and you come down here, you'll find Florida politics, for example. So here's a journalist, a real journalist, reporting about how we actually notified the Orlando Economic Partnership. The alert came from Danny DeHeck, and I sent them this email on the 21st of September to everyone in that department, telling them that Goliath Ventures was dirty dogs, and they basically ignored it. Now, so what do you think's going to happen when we tell the media that the Ohio chief of police thought it was a good idea to get Tomo to come along and do a speech about healthy wellness when he's been a speaker on Andrew Tate's cruise ship? This is the stuff that we got on my desk every day. You know, people like David Penzick, I don't know too much about him. Stephen Davis, we know he's currently doing a lawsuit against a young couple for $150,000, claiming torturous interference in a business, which he started up using Goliath Ventures money. Alex Bianco, well, we know he's driving around in Lamborghinis. We know where he lives. We know he's got a Mercedes and another four-wheel drive vehicle. These guys were getting, had no money before they met Christopher. Now they're, driving around Lamborghinis. James Delgado, that's Chris's brother. Hunter Smallback, well, if you are a big fan like I am of Below Deck, you'll see that he's just starred on Below Deck. You always wonder what those guys get up to. And then we've got the Chumlinskys. I never get that name right. But these guys were a whole family of people that trusted their brother, Mike Chumlinski, and they all invested, and now they're all putting in proof of claims. And even now, we have just yesterday got a new proof of claim in from their family members, which means that the whole family has invested after listening to Mike, who's now in Dubai trying to start up a Mikey app scam where he's encouraging people to sign up for a exchange, what do they call it? An exchange platform where when people sign up, he will get 30%. And he's still scamming people, in other words. So, and then we've got Jonathan Mason. Well, he's been working with, he was the guy that got Christopher in front of Patrick Ben David. And Jonathan, how do I say this really? So Jonathan basically vouched for Christopher to stand up in front of Patrick Bet David's audience and tell everyone that he is into liquidity pool trading and pancake swaps and the like, looking for investors. So they're trying to keep it going. It was absolutely unreal. And if you don't know anything about the whole Goliath things, I think it's the 12th of December, they held a $9 million Christmas party. The year before, they held a $500,000 Christmas party. And it was basically, Chris admitted on camera the other day that it was his last hurrah. So he wanted to go out with a bang. And now he's on camera telling everyone he's going to make everyone whole. I mean, this is the sort of stuff, when you research it and you go through it, you want to throw up in a bucket. So we've got Mike here who's brought in $35 million for Goliath Ventures. We've got the receipts and we've got the screenshots of his database. And also then you've got Punic Shaw, which is meant to be a lovely individual, but he just so happened to recruit 500 people into Goliath Ventures. And they had this thing called the 7% Club, where people were getting 7% return on their, 7% per month return on their investment. So he's red-faced at the moment, claiming he's a victim. But when they held the $9 million Ponzi scheme or scam, he brought all his downline with him. And we had Avengers the night before the event in the foyer filming and watching these guys smooze. And Christopher was upstairs in his swanky apartment. These apartments that they had at the event were like $1,000 a night. I hate to think what Christopher's cost. Anyway, he came down for 20 minutes and said hello to everybody and then ran back to his apartment because at that time he knew that he was about to be indicted. Well, not indicted, but charged. Later, he pleaded guilty, and now he has a plea deal, and he's facing up to 50 years in prison. Matt Burks, we believe he will be the very next person. We believe there's going to be I reckon there's going to be 5 people formally charged, and it's like a pyramid, ironically, and they'll go through. So I reckon if I was a betting man, I believe that Tomo, Nick Petrillo, Matt Burks, Pierce Curry, Jay Newton, we know, has already been invested by the Alberta Security Commission. And Jonathan Mason, we've got video evidence. Now, we've literally got government departments watching my videos, listening to the evidence we had. Now, just yesterday, I had a phone call from somebody who's not a co-conspirator, but a warning email from the Department of Justice cautioning people on exactly what they say on my lives because it may disrupt some of the investigation that's going on. Vince Grieta, well, we've seen photos of him on the back of the bus. He's a realtor. I think it was either Vince or Punit Shaw. I'm not entirely sure, but they're both real estate tycoons. And one of them had a license to sell real estate in New Jersey. And because they had a license to sell real estate in New Jersey, that means that the Homeland Security that I instigated the investigation back on the 1st of September then had jurisdiction to actually start this investigation. The Goliath Ventures investigation got out of hand pretty quick, so then it got handed over. We had meetings not face-to-face, but camera-to-camera with the CFTC. And then we had victims telling us that they were in Zoom meetings and they had up to 14 people in there, all from different government departments. And if you look at the court filings, you can actually see they actually list all those government departments in the receipts that we've got from the courts now. One of those court filings labelled 5 government departments that were actively investigating Goliath Ventures. And one of those government departments that wasn't listed was Homeland Security. And that means, as we've always said all the way along, we know of 6 different government departments that were investigating Goliath Ventures. So we've spoke to some of these people. Eric Clayman, for example, he is a defense lawyer. He wrote the contracts that people signed, and he was also an investor in the company because he had but he hasn't put in a proof of claim yet, I don't believe. Nadia Bringas, well, she's meant to be a bookkeeper, but now we've got told by Christopher on his cameras the other day that she was the accountant for the company. And then we've got even people like you might not know, like Gary Rice. Gary Rice was the man behind the camera. So what I'm getting at, guys, is our investigations are world-class. I'm so proud of my team of Avengers, and we rock. And if you are out there at the moment doing something shady, we will put a file into our system. I can share this database with any government agency whenever they want to. I can just give them a link and they can read this database. They won't be able to edit it. But that's just part of the investigation. So at the moment, I've got 7 boards, I've got 6 lawsuits that are active. I'm actually going to be not here Friday because I'm actually in the family court defending my mother's estate. And because of the knowledge that I've learned using the court system, I actually learn how to articulate myself well in the courts. I self-represent myself a lot of the time. I actually feel like with the help of ChatGPT and my Avengers, I don't need to have a higher-paying solicitor helping me or lawyer helping me so much. And this is what we're really trying to encourage people to do. If you have been scammed and you're thinking that you need to hire a lawyer, with the aid of where AI is going at the moment, a lot of the stuff you can actually do yourself. And AI is a very, very good brain. And you can tell it your problem. You can upload your PDF files. You can take all your screenshots that you've had with the scammer. You can drag them all into a thread. If I was to show you mine, I think I will bring it up because I think it's really relevant to how we investigate. And I'm just going to make sure you don't see all that just in case I've got something here that's plugins. What have we got? New chat, images, projects. Okay. I don't think there's anything there that is going to incriminate anybody, which I'm quite happy to, but I'm going to show you that screen. So this is how I work my ChatGPT. Whenever I'm doing an investigation, so my mum's court case is here at the moment, And all the court filings and everything that we've got has been thread into threads. So let's use Stephen McCullough as an example. This is the scammer that tried to sue me in the New Zealand High Court for $3.8 million and failed miserably. It's been now been publicised. But look, everything, now we didn't have ChatGPT when this started, so there isn't a hell of a lot in here. But let's say AI Builder AMA summary. So this morning I went to his video and I basically downloaded the transcript from his latest video, and then I just chuck it in there now, and then instantly it comes up with a post I can put on my community area that summarizes everything that he said. So literally, I was actually in the bathroom and I basically did all this on my phone and then produced a summary of his latest video, which is absolutely, I read it and I listen to it. It's 100% true. It's amazing using AI to go through and, and go through everything. So even like, thank you for your SLAP research. So SLAP is where people try to throw so many lawsuits at you. They think you can't defend yourself. There was a article that's been published in a journal anonymously, so they don't identify me, or because the court said that we weren't allowed to talk about the scammer. But it's absolutely brilliant. Like I'm dyslexic. I don't know how to articulate my words all the time in the written word. But if we went through it and read it all, I probably wouldn't grasp certain bits and pieces that AI pick up. So I basically use AI to read. I use AI to summarize, and then I use AI to produce a response. I absolutely live on it. People go, oh, he's just using AI. But look, I don't just use AI. I use AI to do a lot of the research I'm doing. And then when it produces the content that I've got, I read it and I agree with it, and then I use it. So let's use Valerie here. So Valerie's a lady we did an investigation on a wee while ago. Now, Valerie basically come to me claiming that she was a victim and claiming that she was, a victim of BG wealth sharing. And then all of a sudden, I find that she's now promoting another Ponzi scheme, and it was QVI. And she's telling all the victims that they should sign up to QVI. And she's also claiming that she was I don't know how to explain it, but she was, what we've found out about her afterwards is amazing. So we've put this article online about her, and we've fully exposed what she was promoting. And it's breathtaking when you see somebody trying to become an Avenger, claiming they were a victim. And then you see this lady who claims that she's a veteran survivor. And now today we've just been told that she's published a new video. And I haven't even watched that video. So I'm not going to yet. So what I would do in this case is I would grab that video and I go off to my website and I go down to a service I've got listed under utilities, and there it is, called transcript. And transcript will enable me to get the transcript out of that video. So I click on here and I go extract the transcript. And hopefully it will work. So one of my Avengers emailed me and said, Valerie's at it again, because I've got other people doing what I can't do. So this is where Avengers actually help with my research. And what it's doing now is, if the video's been online for more than maybe 7 or 8 hours, it will be able to get the transcript. If it's brand new, I need to wait. So it may not actually come through. But by looking at the speed of this, it looks like something's happening, which is quite good. And while that's doing that, I'm actually going to go back to ChatGPT. And I'm now going to find my slider. I'm going to go down here. And I think Valerie was actually under one of my generals. So I'm going to go down to here. Or I could search for Valerie, but I think I know where she's hiding. So let's see if I can find Valerie's investigation. I don't think it's there. Actually, in fact, I know where it is. We actually started investigating this under the name BG Wealth Sharing. So there it is, BG Wealth Sharing. So now I click on that. And now we should find BG Wealth Peak, a new professor, scam inquiries, dispute, Jimmy. Maybe I need to search for her. So let's go back to my website. Let's go down to I find Valerie. And some things don't always work, but let's just pretend we want to go there. And let's just do a search and see what comes up here. Valerie. All right. And hopefully there's still limitations with it. There we go. Right, there we go. So there's my investigation. And that will pop up. So if you want to know how much of investigation we've done with Valerie, you can actually go through and see that I have absolutely gone through everything that Valerie's got online. I've put it into here, and then we've created a blog, all her responses and all her arguments and the whole 9 yards, everything you could ever think of. So now we can see that the transcript is turned up here. So I'm going to get the transcript, and it's only 2 minutes and 8 seconds long. So I've probably wasted one of my free 25 get transcripts per month that I get. So you can come on to the transcript, then you can view your history, and you can actually see how many I'm allowed to do free of charge, which is really, really cool. But anyway, I've got that. So now I'm going to ask, I'm going to say to AI, Valerie has just posted a new video. Could you please summarize it and find any alarming quotes or any red flags with her current investigation that I should be aware of? All right, so that's just a lazy way of doing it. I'm doing it basically for you guys. So now if I were to ring up Valerie and see whether, so this is interesting. So let's just have a listen and see what AI's come up with a novel here, and let's see what AI has said. So even if people say, oh, Danny, this is all your words, I'll go, well, it's not really, it's AI. So let's have a listen and see what AI says about Valerie's video. Let's see if we can do that. It should be about there. And there's no sound yet.
Observe careful scrutiny if they're being used to encourage people to invest.
There we go.
Summary. Valerie introduces Finance Queen as an investment club and says its purpose is to allow people to share investment information legally. She explains that her team is currently participating in QVI markets, says they joined on the 8th of June, and claims the platform is likely to remain stable for quite some time. Rather than focusing on QVI itself, the video focuses on why people should trust her team to tell members when to enter and when to leave. She promotes QVI's withdrawal process, referral bonuses, team commissions, the Finance Queen team's experience, a guarantee that members following her strategy will not lose profits or investment capital. Statements that deserve attention. We believe QVI will be stable for quite some time. This is presented as the team's opinion rather than a fact. Questions that naturally arise include, what evidence supports this belief? How is the expected lifespan being measured? What data distinguishes QVI from previous platforms that collapsed? Our research shows that all platforms have a life cycle. This is interesting wording. Rather than discussing whether QVI is a legitimate long-term investment business, the statement frames platforms as having predictable lifespans. That sounds more like discussing participation in high-risk online investment platforms than evaluating regulated financial products. Our team has a track record. Again, the emphasis shifts away from QVI itself. The selling point becomes, open quote, trust us, close quote, rather than open quote, trust the business. Close quote. One of the strongest claims, open quote, we guarantee they will not lose their profits. Close quote. This is a significant representation. Questions include, how can anyone guarantee profits from an investment platform? What happens if market conditions change? What evidence supports this guarantee? Another very strong claim. Later, she expands the guarantee, open quote, if you join our team and follow our suggestions, we guarantee you will not lose your investment money or you will be reimbursed. Close quote. This is arguably the most significant statement in the entire video. Naturally occurring questions include, who is providing the reimbursement? Valerie personally? Finance Queen LLC? The investment club? Another company? Is there a written agreement? Is there a financial reserve to cover losses? Are there limits? Is this legally enforceable? If people rely on this statement when deciding to invest, those details become important. Referral-based incentives. The video again highlights recruitment. Examples include, Recruit 2 people, receive another trading signal. Recruit 5 people, receive a $100 bonus. Receive dividends from team trading volume. These incentives reward expanding the participant network, in addition to using the platform. Focus on withdrawals. Valerie spends considerable time explaining how quickly money can supposedly be withdrawn. Examples include $500 deposit, $25 bonus, immediate withdrawal, only 5% fee, funds arrive within 2 to 4 minutes, no approval required. Fast withdrawals can certainly be attractive to prospective participants, although early withdrawals alone don't establish the underlying legitimacy or sustainability of an investment platform. We can't share all our team's strategy. Another statement worth noting, if the strategy is central to the guarantee being offered, potential members may reasonably ask, what exactly is the strategy? How does it protect profits? How has it been independently tested? Finance Queen rather than QVI. One theme runs consistently throughout the presentation. The message is not simply, open quote, QVI is trustworthy, close quote. Instead it becomes, open quote, trust our team to tell you when to get in and when to get out. Close quote. That shifts confidence away from the underlying investment opportunity and onto the group's claimed ability to manage timing. Potentially useful quotes for your investigation. These are the statements I'd preserve exactly. Open quote, we believe QVI will be stable for quite some time. Close quote. Open quote, our research shows that all platforms have a life cycle. Close quote. Open quote, we guarantee they will not lose their profits. Close quote. Open quote, if you join our team and follow our suggestions, we guarantee you will not lose your investment money or you will be reimbursed. Close quote. Open quote, our team has a track record of doing this even when other teams were in the dark. Close quote. Open quote, I can't share all our team's strategy here. Close quote. From an investigative standpoint, the reimbursement guarantee is the standout statement. It goes beyond describing platform features or expressing optimism. It appears to be a commitment intended to reassure prospective participants. That naturally raises questions about who stands behind the guarantee, what its terms are, and how it would operate if QVI markets were to fail. Those are questions that could be put to Valerie as part of a right of reply process or incorporated into your ongoing investigation.
So could you please give me an update that I can add to the blog I have published? The video is called... So, that's, it's pretty amazing. I don't know if this is actually live, but let's have a look on her YouTube channel. So that's the one there. So it's called, it's 59 views. She's updated herself. This is literally called. So I'm going to ring her in a few minutes as well. But this is the sort of stuff I do when you guys aren't watching. Could you please update the blog? The video called, I think we could add a section on the end that summarizes her latest video to show people that she's still active and trying to work behind the scenes. So since we've published the blog, we've had quite a few people reach out to us who know her and have actually given us updates on what a trail of destruction she's had with her life. She's paints herself as a victim. And it's basically just absolutely shocking. So it's unreal, really. So anyway, that's what we do. So we're going to ring her in a few minutes, but in the meantime, we're going to publish an update on the blog. So let's listen to see what a section that's just created, and then I'll add it into this blog.
Update, Finance Queen doubles down on QVI markets. After this investigation was published, Valerie Walasek released another video titled July 21st, 2026, making it clear that she remains actively promoting QVI markets despite the questions raised throughout this investigation. Rather than addressing the issues surrounding QVI markets' ownership, transparency, or accountability, the video focuses on encouraging people to join the Finance Queen Investment Club. Valerie describes the club as a legal way for members to share investment information, while presenting her team as having a proven strategy for identifying when platforms are safe to join and when participants should leave. Several statements in the video deserve careful scrutiny. Valerie states that her team believe QVI will be stable for quite some time and claims their research shows that all platforms have a life cycle. She also promotes the platform's referral incentives, including additional trading signals for recruiting new members and bonuses tied to team growth. The most significant claim, however, is her promise that members following her team's strategy will be protected. Valerie states, open quote, "If you join our team and follow our suggestions, we guarantee you will not lose your investment money or you will be reimbursed," close quote. She also says her team guarantees members will not lose their profits, while acknowledging she cannot publicly explain the strategy behind those assurances. These are extraordinary representations. Any reasonable person would want to know, who is providing this guarantee? Is it personally backed by Valerie Walasek? Is it backed by Finance Queen LLC? Is there a written agreement? Is there a financial reserve capable of honouring such promises if QVI markets were to fail? Those questions remain unanswered. Perhaps most tellingly, the video's central message is no longer about proving that QVI markets itself is a transparent and legitimate investment opportunity. Instead, the emphasis is placed on trusting the Finance Queen team to tell members when to join and when to leave. That is a very different proposition, and one that prospective participants should consider carefully before committing their money.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just see if we can actually ring. But do you see how I'm using AI? So what I'm showing you, I'm not showing off how I use AI, but what I'm actually saying here is you guys can do your own investigation. Our Avengers use AI a lot for our investigations, but a lot of the times you have to wait for stuff to be published before it comes up in AI. But I think it's a really good idea. So let's just ring Valerie and see whether she's willing to answer any of our questions. So let's see what happens.
Please leave a message. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
G'day, Valerie. Danny DeHeck here. Just leaving you a message because you won't answer your phone. But we've just added an amendment into the blog because we've seen that you've just posted a new video on July the 21st. So I've just got a couple of questions I would like you to answer.
In your July 21st video, you said, "If you join our team and follow our suggestions, we guarantee you will not lose your investment money or you will be reimbursed." Who exactly is providing that guarantee? Is it you personally, Finance Queen LLC, or someone else?
You would like to know about the guarantee, basically, because it sounds too good to be true.
Can you provide any written document, contract, or terms that explain how that reimbursement guarantee works, including who pays, under what circumstances, and whether there's a financial reserve to honour it?
Yeah, where's the money coming from if you do have that
QVI
guarantee?
Markets rewards members for recruiting others with additional trading signals and referral bonuses. Given your experience with BG Wealth Sharing, why do you believe encouraging people to recruit others into another opaque investment platform is appropriate?
And maybe you can do a live and you can answer those questions in your live, because I think a lot of the people that watch your videos may actually be thinking they want the answer to these questions as well.
What due diligence have you personally carried out on QVI Markets? Specifically, who owns the company? Where is it legally registered? Who operates it? And what evidence convinced you it was safe enough to recommend to others?
Yeah, and the last quote.
If QVI Markets stopped withdrawals tomorrow, would you still stand by your public promise to reimburse everyone who joined through your team?
So we're now going to watch your video, and I have no idea, Valerie, why you are promoting this and jeopardizing your future, because we are reporting you to all the government authorities and we're trying to stop you promoting these investment scams under a company that doesn't have any authority in the financial sector whatsoever. You are doing illegal activities. Cease and desist. I was hoping that because you hadn't posted any videos, you learnt your lesson by the exposure that we gave you. Obviously, this isn't the case. Now, you can play this recording to anyone you like, but I think the 4 questions I've just asked, I think they're very fair. So why don't you answer them for your people and also for me? Have a great day. So if that means anything, at least we know that we've done that live. Now, what I do like about this is I presume if I hit refresh, went for a 5K run today, just about died when I got home, but it was quite good. So this is what is really cool. Update. So there's the update that we've just done. And also I've put the link through the video. So let's have a quick watch of the video, see what she does.
I'm Valerie, the Finance Queen. I'd like to introduce you to my team and tell you about what we do. Finance Queen is an investment club. An investment club is a legal way to share information about investments collectively and collaboratively.
And that's not right, because you're not allowed to provide financial advice to people unless you're licensed.
In a way that keeps us all safe and informed.
Safe? Vulnerable.
Our team is currently investing in a platform called QVI Markets, which started on June 8th. We have been on the platform since day one, and
So this platform has been online for now 5 weeks, and that is, most scams can last up to 4 or 5 months before they fall over, just in case you're thinking this is a great opportunity.
we believe QVI will be stable for quite some time.
And what the hell does that mean? I believe that QVI will be stable for some time. So when it gets unstable, what does that mean? Does that mean deposits will stop? Or is Valerie here promoting a Ponzi scheme, knowing that it is there's no other way of them making money other than new investors? So when the new investors stop coming in, and they pay the old investors, it collapses. So is that what you meant by unstable? Maybe you should clarify that a little bit, Valerie.
Our research shows that all platforms have a life cycle.
That is the dumbest statement I've ever heard anyone. Our research shows, because she was a member of BG Wealth Sharing, she's probably worked out that BG Wealth Sharing, if she knew the start date, most people who were involved in BG Wealth Sharing actually claim that BG Wealth Sharing was going for, some of them said 4 years. But the reality is that we have been documenting BG Wealth Sharing for far longer than that. In fact, we've seen it morph into 10 different names. And BG Wealth Sharing did not last for more than 12 months. We don't even think it went over 12 months in any which way or form.
So it's important to join a team that can keep you informed. Our team has a track record of doing this, even.
Really? Can you please give us some happy customers? And if so, are those people profiteering from promoting Ponzi schemes and scams? We've got names and phone numbers of people in her team. They all have a track record of promoting one Ponzi scheme after the other.
And when other teams were in the dark about the status of platforms. I can't share all our team strategy here, but we are so confident in our ability to keep our members aware of any issues that we guarantee they will not lose their profits.
Okay, so something that AI didn't pick up is when you say there's a guarantee, why do we need a disclaimer to pop up on the screen at the same time? So conditions apply, guaranteed by satire only, not Finance Queen. Now, SALI, I don't even know what that word's. I don't know what that means. I'm just going to go search for that. Hold up. Let's use AI again. So let's just take a screenshot, and this is how you can use AI. And here's her message. So I just drag that in there. And I don't even need to explain what I need to ask. I just need it to chuck that image in there. And then this will probably prompt AI to potentially rewrite the amendment or just tell me what that image means without even telling it anything, which is quite exciting. So let's see what it does. Does she need to... Why does she need to flash her bits? I don't know if she is flashing her bits. Anyway, let's see what this comes up with. Importment. Could you please... I think it has done it, but it's crashed itself at the moment. Let's have a look and see. What we'll do is we'll click out of that. We'll go to scam number 2. Where is she? She's in scam number 2. So we'll just go back to scam number 2. And then we'll go to Valerie. Sometimes you need to refresh it. No, could you please give me some insight on the conditions that is offered? All right, so hopefully that might help us. Applies guarantees. Right, so so what is she saying? Full legal name. Who is here? Right. So these are other questions here. So it's basically said the conditions guarantee satire only. Who is... So can you basically... This is incredible.
Questions that immediately raises who is Salia, full legal name. What is their role in QVI markets or the Finance Queen team? Where are they located? What are the conditions? The screenshot says conditions apply but doesn't explain what they are. Are they written down anywhere? Can prospective members read them before investing? What is actually guaranteed?
Yeah, so it's just batshit crazy. You know, these individuals think they have a right. So let's carry on listening to Valerie.
Some of the reasons our team decided to invest in QVI include no withdrawal limitations and no approvals.
Really? And no KYC details. Is that legal? Are you allowed to put $1 million in there, are you? And then withdraw it all? And that would help money laundering, wouldn't it? So let me get this right. I could actually deposit $1 million into QVI, and then I could withdraw it into a crypto address, and I could use that for money laundering. I think that's why they do KYC details, and governments are trying to crack down on all that sort of stuff. But hey, as you said, no withdrawal limitations and no approvals, for example. But please do not deposit $1 million to do money laundering in this platform. You will lose it.
For example, if you were to join with $500, you would receive a sign-up bonus of $25.
Wow.
You could immediately withdraw the entire $525 and only pay a 5% withdrawal fee.
So you've actually lost 5% of your money straight away. So let's work that out. So every $100, you're going to lose $5. So $25 bonus that you just received. If you withdraw it, you're going to lose that 25%. So well, that's fantastic. Now, all good Ponzi schemes let you withdraw at the start.
Your funds would arrive in your wallet without needing approval from anyone within 2 to 4 minutes.
Wow.
QVI has 3 trading signals per day,
and can they prove they're doing trading? No.
You can earn a 4th signal if you recruit 2 people. If you recruit 5 people, you can earn a $100 bonus and get dividends from the entire trading volume of your entire team.
So this is a recruitment company. They aren't doing trading. It's all about recruitment. The trading is just the illusion they never talk about. You think that you have an expert showing you how these trades or to validate these trades that they're doing.
Each trading signal invests 1% of your portfolio and earns you a 60% earning potential. Our team is not guaranteeing our members' investments recklessly.
Okay, Telegram, Finance Queen, fastest. So if you want to get into this, look at that. That there is a bloody good shot, isn't it? Look at that. That's just brilliant. Actually, we'll leave that shot there for a second. But what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to send Valerie, I think it's Valerie Rose, a link. There she is. Valerie, I'm going to send her a link to this live, just so that she can actually see that we're talking about her live, because she often comes into the chat room and grumbles a wee bit because she doesn't like us exposing her. But if you think this is real and genuine, it really is eye shocking. I mean, please do not think that this is a legitimate. This lady's not a victim, by the way. She's victimized. She goes. I can't tell you too much, but I've got a lot of people reaching out to me telling me her backstory, and it's absolutely shocking. So let's just see if we can send her Valerie Rose, and there we go. Send her a link so she might pop up in the chat room in the not too distant future. I commented in one of your videos regarding the intercept scams. Yes. Now, one of my Avengers specialized in the indices scams, and he currently is gone AWOL under deep cover. So we can't actually do any more investigations into indices stuff right now. So you might want to spread that to your memes, hoping he's going to come back. But there's a beautiful photo there, Valerie. Look at that, the best shot Valerie photo. It's just right between the blink. And this lady is a predator. She's a disgusting individual, bottom feeder on the planet. Let's be polite.
We're doing this because we have a proven track record of making decisions collectively and collaboratively that protect our members and their profits.
Oh my God, that's why they can give you a guarantee, but only if you know who that person is she's talking about. I mean, what a load of bullshit. Their community was all part of BG Wealth Sharing. BG Wealth Sharing, in my opinion, I believe it's $1 billion scam. It was ran out of human trafficking compounds. When these scams fall over, they literally, if you watch what we do, guys, this is breathtaking stuff that she's making claims like this. So if you don't know anything about the scam that she's now promoting, if you come to my database, it actually started here in New Zealand called CR Group LLC. Then on the 25th of December 2025, they told everyone they had to deposit 20% into their wallets for them to get their money out. Everyone lost 20% and no one got their money out. After that, it morphed into another New Zealand scheme called Signal Raiders. We closed that website down, the Avengers. We closed it down so quick and so swiftly that the FMA won't even update their records because they said they didn't see the point. And I'm going, well, it would be good to have it archived. Anyway, then we found that BG Wealth Sharing was basically offering the same stuff all the time. And then we've now got PO Wealth Sharing, which is another scam. Nexo, Swiftwave Capital, Vista, New Era, even Polar Tensor. Now, today I received an email from people stating that SFC Vibe Rating, which I believe is the same scam, we've got articles telling us that this company in Christchurch, where I live, has now shut down their offices. It was in the press and it was also in Chris Lynch media. This company has now based themselves in Hawaii. And I received an email from an individual today stating that they, well, first of all, they wanted to book my time with me because they were told, and if I can find this, Calendly, this is the exact words from the people. Let's see if I can find it. I don't think they've got any. Yes, so this is how it stands.
Victim of SFC vibrating Hawaii region scam. Saw your video. It is now happening to the hard-working people of Hawaii. I heard they have branched out to Guam. We have not received payments in a month. I paid $200 to get in 24-hour express payment and have not received any payment.
You know, that's where it's gutting, you know. So if I were to find, QS, so this is Valerie's scam that she's promoting here. Now, it's just a continuation of bullshit on Poos and Wees, but, you know, like literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I'm going 11 different company, 11 different brands, 11 different scams, all using the same template and all using the same bribe rules, which is absolutely breathtaking. So this person here said that SFC Vive rating is now in America. Okay, so we've got a letter here from the New Zealand Commerce Commission, which we're still waiting for a reply for. Can you believe that? If you go through here a little bit more, you will see 26th of April, New Zealand Herald, and the live. Jessica, I'm live. Can't answer. I'm just going to have a look to see if that's an important message. Sometimes I get them while I'm live. Let's have a look. 1 minute. Oh, yeah, that was somebody else. Okay. Cool. I better tell it I'm live. Live. I am live. Live. There we go. I'm live. Is that cool? Right. So that's cool. All right. I'm glad I didn't answer that one. One of my Avengers. Secret Avenger. So what I'm getting at here, unfortunately, this company's now morphed its way to Hawaii, and obviously people have not read or listened to the news, and it's spread. And when we hear that people are now thinking, I'm going to invest another 200 to actually get their scheme back. And this particular scheme here is ridiculous. People were told that Universal Studios, Walt Disney, Coca-Cola, and somebody else were all wanting people to rate videos. So they would watch a 10-second video and give it a star rating of 1 to 5. Do that 4 times a day and you get $40 a day paid to you. But to get signed up to receive that money, you need to put in $2,000. So to get a job to rate videos, you need to pay $2,000 US. And this is a website. So what we are trying to do at the moment, we're trying, and look, download on the Apple App Store. And when you click on that, it actually downloads a config file, not from the Apple App Store. And which means that they could have access to your whole phone, because your Apple phone will say, do not install this. Do you want to continue anyway? And this is what they do. So this is how people get scammed and they lose their crypto wallets. These platforms are designed to get access to your data. It's absolutely batshit crazy. But you've got people like Valerie who's doing these promotions of these scams, thinking that she's helping people make money. But literally, if you went to let's go to, what do you call it? Behind MOM, and you search for BG Wealth Sharing, right? See how I type that really fast? It's because I use shortcut keys. Recommend doing that as well. So you go to BG Wealth Sharing, and we can see that this scam was reported to at least 14 different governments around the world. And if you go to the bottom of this investigation, you can see all the different countries that have been reported. And now we will probably be able to go to the bottom. But normally what he does, he actually shows the, I don't even know how to explain that, collapsed. The history of the company. So every company that we see all have these fake documents. Now, if you go and get yourself any registrations, like a company certificate and the like, you don't get a certificate. It's not like you're going to university and you receive a certificate after you've passed. So they make these certificates up to look like they're registered companies. No company, you don't get these certificates. It's bullshit. And if you're clever enough, you can actually see they're all stupidly blurry and you can't see that this has been plastered on top. It's a different color font for a start, but you might not be able to see that. But you come down here and they have fake professors. They claim they had 750,000 clients, but they don't. They claim they had 900 before it collapsed. And you come down here and you'll learn that that these are all associated to, like BG Wealth Sharing. This is a lady in Hawaii. She got fined $50,000 for promoting it. And here we go. This is stuff I was looking for. So these are people who run human trafficking compounds. And what Oz is alleging here is that these scams are all being ran out of human trafficking compound. Look at all the government warnings. So unfortunately, they changed the brand. They used the same template and they market it to people. And then people sign up and then they have an app and they think they're making money on the app. They test it by withdrawing a little bit of money and then you basically lose it all. And then we find all these Zoom meetings, which I'm meant to be doing Zoom meetings now, of people like Valerie promoting them on the YouTube channel. So we could go back to YouTube and we could say, hey, look, YouTube, here's Valerie. She looks like she's an invalid. She's on the sickness benefit, and she's just trying to make herself a little bit of living. She's a YouTuber. We want you to delete her YouTube channel because she's preaching lies to people. And YouTube go, oh, well, we get adverts from her. And then we see her on Facebook doing the same thing. And Facebook, well, they don't care about any people getting scammed. In fact, if you go onto Facebook, it's as good as going onto Telegram. You're just going to lose your money. So part of what we're doing as Avengers is we want to do government submissions. And we want these platforms that are governed by the law, which is 206. There's a law, something about 206 in the law that says that any platform isn't responsible for what users produce or stream on their platform. However, if I started streaming music on my YouTube channel, I would get a notification straight away basically saying that I'm not going to get any money from my YouTube video because it's got copyrighted information on it, which is batshit crazy. But that's what these people do. So we can't stop Valerie and we can't get YouTube to do anything about it. So we name and shame Valerie. And Valerie, I've done a lot of research on her. She's not a victim. She is a predator. And she will go after people. She is not a nice person. So it's just absolutely crazy.
And we are confident in our team plan. Of course, you have to make your own decisions about what is best for you. But if you join our team and follow our suggestions, we guarantee you will not lose your investment money or you will be reimbursed. You can contact me on Telegram at FinanceQueenV for all the details and to join our team. Walk in peace.
Wow. I can't believe you've done
Welcome.
it, Valerie.
I'm Valerie the
You're out there, your fan's getting a bit overheated. We want to make sure your computer's not racing too much before you do that. So she's deleted all her videos except one, which is absolutely... Anyway, that's enough about Valerie. Now, we've got a comment in the chat room, and it's from... I commented on one of your vids regarding indices scam, and then you used to say you should read it regardless. Don't discard it. It contains some key info. Now, I can't even use your info. Okay, so tell me, so you commented on one of my things. So I can tell you the problem that I have with my investigations that I've done in Pakistan, because there's 4 main scammers in Pakistan, we get scammers going after, how do I explain it? The scammers actually go after, I see you. The scammers actually go after other scammers because they want market share. So I literally get intel I can't trust. I have published stuff in the past and then realized it was all a smear campaign against the company, that all the information was not correct. So it leaves me in a bit of a predicament, to be honest. So I can't, what I'm trying to say is I can't trust anybody from Pakistan, unfortunately. So if you really want to help me and help people that have been scammed from Pakistan, then what you want to do is actually give me names and phone numbers of victims that you've been ringing up, telling that you're going to publish their book, design their website, create their logo, do their copyright, and give me the phone numbers of individuals that have been scammed. Because a lot of these companies in Pakistan, unfortunately, I can't even find where, unfortunately, I'm trying to find my homepage, are actually wanting me to do a report. I can't even find where my, I'm trying to figure out where that is at the moment. Where do I go? My dashboard. Maybe I go there and go to my community. I'll look to see if you comment. But yes, a lot of the stuff I'm getting from my community, I can't trust. Because they are, I want names of victims. If you really care, because you've been working for these companies, ringing up people, telling them you're going to publish their book and you're going to do this and you're going to do that and you're going to do that. And then all of a sudden the company that you work for says, we don't want you here anymore. We're going to garnish your wages, or we're not going to pay your wages. And then you come to me and you're telling me that you're a victim and that you've been lost your wages. And I'm going, well, what are you doing working for a company that is telling people a bunch of lies? So if you really want to help us fight these companies, give us the names of the scammers that you've been going after. And if they don't give you these names of scammers, then walk out. If you can't keep a database of people that you're trying to encourage, because some people have had books done for $100,000, $125,000, and they give you, pictures of AI covers of their books and what it looks like. And then they say, oh, do you want such and such marketing package? That'll be an extra $25,000. And then they'll tell people to pay money through credit cards, a Cash App, Gazelle, all sorts of things. And at the end of it, the person that wants their book published have lost everything. And one of the guys that we did a big story on, Ron Foster, we've heard that he's received his money back, and that was through our investigations. And they had a real company set up in America, and he's managed to be like a dog with a bone and managed to get his money back. And I don't know the full story, but so far he's happy. And one day we'll get him back on here. But let's see. Looking at my comments so if I go to held comments, which is probably where your comments are, all of a sudden I've got a comment in here. This is funny. So this is one of my Avengers at the moment. Let's have a reread.
Devon, you did this on your own. This isn't a smear campaign. This is victims getting answers and justice for your scams and thievery. It's time you were stopped. Also, nobody got in the live chat till after he did his introduction, you fucking tool.
Go Desiree. That's brilliant. And that's what we want. We want people fighting back, because as I said always, we have. So I'm looking for a comment on one of my videos that you said you've made. Now, I don't have any other way. If your comment isn't, is it there? No, it's got the blueness. It's a B. I'm looking for a B. You can see I don't actually see your comment. So maybe your comment is restricted, but I don't restrict comments. I do use a filter system to a certain degree. But if I was to search for your username, BRUKARIAZ, right? And let's see. And I've got no comments in here. So I don't know. Have I spelled that right? Okay, yep. And if I go in here, I might be able to put an @ in it. That might help. Here, apply, nothing. So now I'm going to go to your name in another way. Go to channel, channel activity. You should read the crowd list. Yeah, so I've got no comments from you that I can see. So maybe because you're in Pakistan, I don't know. But look, researching anything in Pakistan is very frustrating for me. I've got 3 lawsuits pending in Pakistan, which is a shame. But I've got representation because in Pakistan, literally, if you don't defend yourself, they win by default. So that's quite funny. Oh, I'm going to update both of those there. That's good. Thank you very much. I always like to update my plugins on my website. We've already mentioned that. So what else? What I did originally want to do today is just give you an understanding of what we do on a daily basis. Some of the emails that we get are very sad. Obviously, we get tips-offs about Valerie. So Valerie's been sought today. We've actually now added another section into the website. Valerie's still claiming she's a victim, but there's no stopping Valerie, and she thinks she's doing the right thing, helping people with their financial decisions. And we've obviously shown you how we use AI. Oz is very, very good if you're looking for some things. We were both spot on with everything you said, so I shared an experience. However, it put me there. However, Lem put me in there. Look, if you want to, you're more than welcome to come on stage and tell me all about your experience right now, if you like. There's a link that's just gone into the chat room, which will show up in a couple of minutes because I'm always ahead. And I'll pin that there. Anybody's welcome to come on to my chat and tell me their experiences. While we're doing it, NodeLink. Now, interesting enough, NodeLink, I believe I've done an investigation about NodeLink. I might have even bet. Let's have a look. I want to see whether I think I've done an investigation about NodeLink. So I'd like to check out what do they call it? Oz has been doing. Have I done one? There you go. Look at that. I have. So let's see. No, I'm pretty sure I gave that investigation about NodeLink to Oz. So let's see what he says about it. This would be really cool because I love getting a independent assessment of something I've already done. Let's have a listen.
NodeLink review. Charbel's Aliquot's own MLM crypto Ponzi July 20th, 2026. In MLM reviews, one comment: NodeLink fails to provide ownership or executive information on its website. NodeLink's website domain, NodeLink Now, was privately registered on the 3rd of December, 2025. Further research reveals an April 2026 press release citing Charbel's Aliquot as NodeLink's founder. This is confirmed on Aliquot's social media.
Wow, so this is going to be good. So this is actually really cool. So let me give you an example of how I update my blog. So if I come along here, I search for NodeLink Now. Hopefully it will come up. I'll probably have to take the word now out of it just from my experience. The search engine on ChatGPT is not very good. No, see, there we go. So now I go back to NodeLink. And NodeLink. Nope, see, it's going to be a pain. But anyway, that's okay because I think we did an investigation on that on scam number 3. So we can actually go there and we'll find my investigation here somewhere. NodeLink. Let's see if I can find it there. Link. Let's see. It doesn't look like it's on 3. Oh, 3 is new. What am I thinking, Danny? It's number 2, I think it will be under. So I'll go to 1. That might be better. And let's see if we can find NodeLink there. And I have a feeling NodeLink might not be there. Romance scans, lapse. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the article read that Oz has done. Oh my goodness, he's even found out he goes back to Wee Global. So this is just absolutely crazy. So I'm just going to go through it and we're going to read the whole lot of this investigation and see whether Oz has come up with something that I haven't already. And then let's go continue reading. We probably won't need to do all that. We'll go to about here and then we'll go to there. So that's, oh no, this isn't the same one. What happened then, Danny? Danny, what are you doing? It's this one, NodeLink. Where are you going? NodeLink. So many scams. Where's NodeLink? Did I really do that? I went right past it. Flying past it with colours. Here it is. NodeLink. Is that the one? Yes, it is. All right, so let's see what Oz has come up with. What the heck? Let's do the whole lot up to here because this was a real amazing investigation that we did, but I love knowing what he's done as well. And I'm going to go look for my original article as well because I'm going to update it.
Zalaket's role as a 9-star ambassador promoter of Wee Global. was to defraud LATAM consumers as a country manager. WeWe Global collapsed for a third time in August 2023. The Ponzi scheme was rebooted under different names as the blockchain era, SEP 2023, Zera, Jan 2024, and Homnifi, August 2024. The blockchain era saw Zalaket continue to defraud LATAM consumers. Zera Pro saw Zalaket refer to himself as an independent promoter, while Homnifi saw Zalaket rise to head of operations. Homnifi's social media profiles are still up, but I was unable to access the scam's website. In any event, Zalaket appears to have ditched Homnifi and gone off on his own with NodeLink. WeWe Global and its successors were all Dubai-based Ponzi schemes. Zalaket's social media represents he too is based out of Dubai, but the accounts haven't been updated in some time. It's possible while Zalaket is based in Dubai, he's not in the UAE presently due to the ongoing US war with Iran. As always, if an MLM company is not openly upfront about who is running or owns it, think long and hard about joining and or handing over any money. NodeLink's products. NodeLink has no retailable products or services. Promoters are only able to market NodeLink promoter membership itself. NodeLink's compensation plan. NodeLink requires promoters to qualify to be able to invest in units. The first way to qualify is by purchasing an NX1 home station, a mini PC that needs to be connected to the internet. NodeLink don't disclose the cost of an NX1 home station. I did find what appears to be an Australian NodeLink promoter selling the devices for 389 Australian dollars and 95 cents each. $273 US. Each NX1 home station allows a NodeLink promoter to invest in up to $100 25 unit positions. Up to 5 NX1 home station devices can be hooked up to a single internet connection. The second way is via direct investment without an NX1 home station. This route allows a NodeLink promoter to invest in up to $25 unit positions. Purchasing an NX1 home station and investing in units pays a level 1 ROI rate. Up to 3.3 cents a day per unit. A direct investment unit pays a level 0 ROI rate. Up to 2.5 cents a day per unit. The NX1 home station unit ROI can be increased to level 2, up to 4.166 cents a day per unit. By recruiting 5 promoter investors, the direct investment unit ROI can be increased to level 0 plus, up to 3.125 cents a day per unit. Through recruitment of 5 promoter investors, ROI level rates don't just affect ROI rates per unit, they also affect forced reinvestment percentages. Levels 0, 0 plus and 1 pay out 80% of the ROI, leaving 20% for forced reinvestment. Level 2 pays out 70% of the ROI, leaving 30% for forced reinvestment. All unit investment positions pay out a daily return for 5 years. Note that the quoted USD ROI rates are paid in NodeLink token, NLK. NLK tokens paid out through daily returns are locked for at least 120 days. The MLM side of NodeLink pays on recruitment of promoter investors. MLM commissions and bonuses are paid in USD and another internal token NodeLink created and controls. Note NodeLink screws promoters over by withholding 20% of all earned MLM commissions and bonuses. This 20% amount can only be used for reinvestment. NodeLink promoter ranks. There are 7 promoter ranks within NodeLink's compensation plan, along with their respective qualification criteria. They are as follows. N1. Recruit 1 promoter investor and generate 5,000 GVN2. Recruit 2 promoter investors and generate 15,000 GVN3. Recruit 3 promoter investors and generate 30,000 GVN4. Recruit 4 promoter investors and generate 100,000 GVN5. Recruit 5 promoter investors and generate 250,000 GVN6. Maintain 5 promoter investors and generate 500,000 GVN7. Maintain 5 promoter investors and generate 1 million GV. GV stands for group volume. GB is generated by NX1 home station purchases and unit investment by a NodeLink promoter, and their downline. Referral commissions. NodeLink pays referral commissions on unit investment by personally recruited promoters. A 15% referral commission rate is paid out during a new promoter's first 30 days. A 10% referral commission rate is paid out after the first 30 days. Residual commissions. NodeLink pays residual commissions via a unilevel compensation structure. A unilevel compensation structure places a promoter at the top of the unilevel team, with every personally recruited promoter placed directly under the...
Right, I think you get the idea. Anyway, he's done a whole basis. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to show you a couple of things that are really, really cool, is if you go to I've downloaded a lot of the images that he had on the post he's done. And I've now just uploaded those to ChatGPT. And I say, excellent. Some good news is an independent journalist has also done a feature on this company and has posted an article. I would like to add a summary of his research because it may be slightly different to my research, and add a new section into the website blog that we've already published. All right, so that's what I do. So I'm teaching you guys how I use AI. So that's all the images that were in that article that Oz has done. I've just gone and selected all the text. I've obviously got a massive thread where I built the blog and did the research and which really helps. Actually, I don't know if it's that massive, actually. Why is it not that massive? Hopefully I found the right section. Oh no, I have. Here it is. It's got it all. You can see on the side here, you can see all the different posts I've done about it. And then I'm going to just chuck that in there, and it's going to, and now we've got, excellent. And hopefully we'll get, now the problems I have, if you haven't noticed, I've got Scamdemic 2. And then later on, you'll see Scamdemic 3 and Scamdemic 1. That's because there's only so much brain power that ChatGPT has before it starts getting overwhelmed. And so I use it to the inch of its life. And then I basically tell it to continue the conversation onto a new project. And that's what we've got. So if you didn't want to read all of blockchain's, behind MLM's content, then what you can do is you can come along here and you can basically read a summary of what he's done, which it looks like it's written a friggin' novel. But I do this for not just because I want to publish something. I do it because the search engines love me. I get 25,000 to 40,000 views on my website every day. And this is a novel. So I'm asking it, do we have to write a novel? But then again, I don't actually care. Review it here. You can review it here. So, right. So now let's just have a quick listen while I'm doing this. So we're going to read aloud. We're going to go comment, and we're going to go back to
Here is a new section ready to paste into the existing blog. Tash behind MLM connects NodeLink to Charbel Zalaket and earlier crypto schemes. Open quote, a new name does not erase the history of the people standing behind it, close quote. After publishing my investigation, Oz from Behind MLM completed his own independent review of NodeLink. His findings add several important pieces to the picture, particularly around the company's ownership, the hardware supply chain, and the history of the people now presenting NodeLink as a new infrastructure opportunity. Behind MLM identified Charbel Zalaket as NodeLink's founder, citing an April 2026 press release and Zalaket's own social media profile. The public NodeLink website does not prominently disclose its ownership or executive team, making this discovery especially significant. Oz also traced Zalaket's promotional history through OneCoin, WeGlobal, the Blockchain Era, Zera Pro, and Homnify. In those earlier schemes, Zalaket was variously presented as a country manager, ambassador, independent promoter, and later head of operations. File cite, the history does NNT, but it cannot reasonably be dismissed as irrelevant. WeGlobal repeatedly collapsed and reappeared under new names, while many of the same promoters continued moving through each reboot. NodeLink now appears to retain the same familiar ingredients: internal tokens, passive daily returns, recruitment-based rewards, rank structures, matching bonuses, and futuristic technology claims used to justify the flow of new participant money. Behind MLM's analysis also strips away much of the mystery surrounding the NX1 home station. Rather than evidence of some revolutionary proprietary machine, Oz found that the device appears to be a rebadged mini PC of the kind already sold through ordinary hardware suppliers. One comparable Firebat model was listed online for approximately $276. NodeLink's own materials show relatively modest specifications, while the marketing presents the box as capable of supporting Bitcoin hashing, secure connectivity, AI tools.
All right, so now we're going to have a bit of fun. I'm going to say, I think this whole investigation actually would do well by having... Actually, have I done it? I don't think I have. No, I haven't, have I? No, I've done a blog. Have I got a blog? Hold up, let's have a look. Hold up, view post. No, I've got a blog. That's great. All right, so now what we're going to do, I think this whole investigation actually would do really well having a song to warn people about the hardware that they're using that you can actually purchase on AliExpress if you want to. Can you please give me some lyrics? And also, can you give me the style of song that would be good to promote and warn people from getting scammed? And even in mentioning people's names wouldn't be a bad thing, as we are naming and shaming people who are running or promoting Ponzi schemes and scams. But this one is ridiculous. So let's have a bit of satire. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to chuck that in there. All right, so now we've got tiny little box. Right, so chorus, right, and that's giving me the style. Right, can you please, so is this the website? So the software I use to generate my songs is called Sano. Could you please make sure that the lyrics are in line with their requirements? So that's what I'm doing, and hopefully it will go, oh, I didn't realize that, even though I tell it every time. So now we've got verse 1, verse 2, and we don't have all the emojis in it. And solo guitar and final lyrics and outro. So that's brilliant. So now I get all that there. Now you won't believe this, ladies and gentlemen, but you can imagine I've done literally weeks of research. So I click, okay, all right, cool. So I'm going to go copy. All right, so now I go along to my LinkedIn profile, and I'll get back to this other comment in a few minutes. I'm just showing people how we create songs. I go to my Soho account. Now, I pay $10 a month to have this here, but it's brilliant at the moment. I'm absolutely loving it. So I'm going to go song description. I literally paste that. You notice I haven't even read it. I don't get into that. Style for Soho. So now, actually, I don't know if it's actually giving me the right style. A prompt. Okay, so the prompt... general prompt, tiny box. Actually, think potentially. All right, so I don't know why it's going to be prompt. We don't use. Hold up. What is it? Why have you given me? Why do you give me a prompt? Because it doesn't give me anywhere to paste it. I only need the style. All right, so let's see what it comes back with now. You're right. Of course I'm right. Use this. All right, so that's the sort of style. Or if you want something that sounds even more classy, protest song, electric guitar, rock style. I don't know. It's so confusing. Anthem. Oh, I don't know. I'll go for the second one. It always seems to give you two. I don't know why it just doesn't give it to me. But anyway, it's trying to say I've got many options. Look at me. So now we come down to here. Song description. What the heck's going wrong here? Suggestions. No, I've got nothing. Something's gone wrong here. Let's go start that again. Let's go create. This is like advanced. Let's do that. Oh, there we go. There we have it. That's what we know. Oh, we've got sounds. That's interesting. Anyway, sorry. Okay, so now I'm going back to what we're trying to get out of here. So we're going back to find that chorus again. Our intro, and we'll go to chorus, and there's the verse 1. Right, and then we'll copy that, Soho, copy, and now we just need to get the name, and I think Tiny tiny little box is good, but I think we can improve on that a little bit. Let's call it song title, and it's what do they call it? NodeLink. And we'll go Node links and then apostrophe S, tiny little box. And then we go create. So while that's creating the song, I'll come back here and go, well, absolutely, absolutely brilliant. Would it be possible for you to create me a thumbnail for my song that's fully in line with all the claims that they are making? So that's quite cool. So now what I'll need is to find maybe their logo, which is good. Or maybe I can find the box that they have, that box there. I think it's quite funny. And it's absolutely batshit crazy what they're doing. But anyway, let's go here and I'll do this, and then we'll chuck that in there. We're going to chuck the logo in there. We're going to check Danny DeHeck in there, which is, first of all, we're going to have my new logo. The next thing we're going to have is a picture of me that I always use, so I always look consistent. And now what we're going to do is, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. And that's the other thing I didn't do, is I want to go edit. And when we go edit and we have something from Oz these days, what we are doing is we decided it would be a good idea to include his logo. So add, and that gives him some promotion. So if you can support Oz in any which way or form, it would be really cool. 1,080. Oh, yep, that's good. So that's the one we want. And boom. And then what we do is we make that edit, and we tell it to be custom size, and we tell it to be 400. Now you learn how to do website development. Boom. And there we go. So that's going to be a bit nicer for Oz. And also what I like to do is I copy that link, make sure that opens in a new window, update. And then when I click on that, I also make that so people can click on that easy. And if you are doing SEO, do you realize that no one really wants to give links to other people because you think you're sending traffic away? But when YouTube goes through, when Google goes through and looks at my website and they see outgoing links to other people, it actually gives you a higher SEO score. So those giving will receive, as they say. But that's going to look a bit nicer when you are looking at this. And for ease of people, they can click on that now and go straight into Oz's stuff, which is really, really cool. So in the meantime, we now have set up some commands. When I'm doing my images, I tell it a simple command I use over and over again. So I have them pasted elsewhere. The only thing what I would probably want to do is maybe if I add a few other images that I picked off Oz's website, which might be relevant to create a song. Or not, maybe not. There's not really anything other than, anyway, I think we've got enough there. So hopefully look, as I am the singer, could you please make me look like I'm holding an instrument? Potentially we could have a drum with the center of the drum using my No Scam logo. Alrighty, so that will send that away. So what have we got for a song? You can have two choices. We'll listen at number 1. You ready? No sound at the moment. Nothing. No sound. Why is there no sound? Let's try the second one. There's no sound, everybody. Let's see. Oh, maybe down here. Hold up. 1 minute, please. Call up. Here we go. Start again. Oh, I love that. Big introduction.
Craig said mate, it's revolutionary. Just plug it in and walk away.
Let's go,
A
hurry up.
tiny silver computer working night and day. Power in the future, building something new. Bought online today, call it decentralized. About this tech.
All right, so that's the first option. The second option is... Oh, this sounds better already, I think.
Craig said, mate, it's revolutionary.
Ah, so Craig was the guy that we found
Just
promoting
plug
this.
it in, walk away.
Yeah, so that sounds better than me. So if you wonder how to do that, I've just created that song. I now go to the other one and put it in the trash. I have this one here. I'm now going to what they call publish. So I click publish, a box will pop up. I scoot back to my images here, and there we go. So the little box, the tiny little box, anti-scam song. And then we've got the picture of the box. My no scam logo has used the old logo, but it doesn't really matter because I ain't got all day. I literally drag that onto the desktop. I upload the image, and now I go and grab that off the desktop. I resize the image to fit perfectly inside the square, so it's all nice and square. And there we're done. And then I publish the song. So that's how quick it takes to publish a song. And more importantly, write a song, which is pretty friggin' amazing, isn't it? All right, so now it says share. I could share, but I've got a better way of doing that. So now I'm just going to go back to my own homepage. And there we go. Here's our song here. And if you want to have a listen to that, or you want to join my music, I'd really appreciate it. So I'll give you the link to the song. Now I come along and I say, I use these little wee dots and I go share and I go share to, and then it says embed the song and I go copy. Now I go back to my blog and I go edit. And when I'm in my blog, I go to here and I go through all the code of stuff that I'm trying to get rid of. Back close. Oh, I see some errors in here already that I shouldn't have. Where is this? Black code. I see. So I can see some errors in the code that I'm going to fix, which you will never know why, but I don't have to explain something that may confuse you, but I don't need those. So I just remove that. And then I paste that in there, and I am very good at doing this these days. And I put 100%, and now we have 100%. Go back to my code, and it's going to look funny, but when I click publish, everyone that doesn't realize it will actually get... Now, they've already put a copyright strike out of my video and lost, and I've got it back. I'm pretty sure it was this organization, but that's what some of these companies do sometimes. They literally try and stop me by publishing stuff by doing copyright strikes, which is absolutely batshit crazy. And there we go. It's published. It took a while to publish. I don't know why. Maybe my server's getting a bit overloaded. We go here. So now if you didn't know anything, you would see my blog. You would go here and you would see that Danny has published a video about it, which you can see. And there's Danny. Hello, Danny. Now we've got the blog. The blog. Is it the blog? No, we've got the podcast, which you can listen to if you want to. And more importantly, you've now got a song. 6 minutes and 33 seconds of your life you'll never get back. But why do I do it? Well, if somebody is searching for that, they click on NodeLink scam, and you will see that my podcast is actually coming up. My LinkedIn is coming up. My YouTube video is coming up. And Behind MOM's investigation he did 2 days ago is coming up. So here, NodeLink, bad reviews, everything about that company is there to warn people. Now, if we search for NodeLink, unfortunately, YouTube decided it's a good idea to bring these websites up. See? So I can't beat the rankings of these companies. It's only when people do better searches. So if you're searching for any company and you're thinking about investing, just make sure you put the word scam at the bottom of it. Either Oz or myself would have actually done, so NodeLink over here, done some, so here I go, I'm going to do a review. So NodeLink. So now we've got, I can write a review about this company. I'm just going to make sure it is the same company because they have France, NodeLink. Let's see photos and see whether they're promoting it. So I don't know if it is the same company. I can't remember doing doing research. Sorry about that cough. doing research about any other company. But let's see if it is Computer Support and Services France. If I went to website, does it take us to NodeLink? Let's have a look. NodeLink France. So there's a new link I haven't seen. Now, unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be the same company because these companies literally pick on successful companies. So I could have just gone and written a review there and realized that this company's got no association with NodeLink, who's claiming that they are a genuine company, which is a shame, really, because it's, obviously these are two different companies altogether. Solutions Cloud, but they pick on names which are similar to apps. What that looks like a genuine company to me, and it's just a shame that they tarnish the reputation. So what I've done there, obviously the front page, NodeLink, we've got Oz doing a very good breakdown. I gave him a lot of information as well, so he could do his own research. He's done a fantastic job. He's given me a tip of the hat. I've even published the fact that I've updated my blog, and now when you go to my blog, you can actually see that we've done pretty good there. And we've got a song, all that done in a few minutes. Now, we did have a individual that's in the chat room at the moment saying that they have actually done this. Alrighty, so straight away I can see that you may be a scammer. Let me read this and show you why.
At Burqa Riaz S1 S2M 11 hours ago I used to work in Interseas, previously known as Abtach, in Karachi. They used to run these ghostwriting brands like Professional Ghostwriting, Pacific Ghostwriting, Collins, Clock, Gorilla, etc., to name a few. They used to grab customers by running those Google ads, used to use the term ghostwriting service in LA. Their major target were old folks. We were assigned pseudo-names, and were strictly told to tell that we're based in LA. The quality of content they were writing for the customers were terrible because they used to say to customers that we have PhD/best-selling authors/writers writing your book, but in reality 90% were just kids recently graduated from high school, 12th grade. They don't sell service. They sell eyes and mostly made money from dormanted clients because the clients used to get frustrated and just went like, screw this. Too much hassle. They charge way too much, but they're weak in this. Charge back.
Okay, this is quite strange. I don't know. It's nice to have you in the chat room, but I'm going to be a bit critical. I have a Mac, and Mac has reading software. The only reasons it's buffering is because you're probably in Pakistan. So you're telling me, let me get this right. You're telling me that you used to work for a company, previously known as Aztec. Yes, I'm very familiar with that company. In fact, Aznim Bawani's trying to do 3 lawsuits against me at the moment. Even offered to fly me over from New Zealand to have a talk to me. Isn't that lovely? In Karachi. All right, I get all that. And you said they used to grab customers by running Google ads. Yes, we've got $4 million worth of receipts from Google ads. And you used to use the term ghostwriting services in LA. So let's just search here. And you search for that, and you'll find, normally you would find a lot of ghostwriting services, and you'll find a lot of bad companies promoting. So this is just, I'll tell you, even at a glance, I'll be able to tell you, yeah, this one here is a Pakistani website. And they will show you, meet our ghostwriters. And if you contact this, there will be, normally there's a chat box that will pop up. And they even have real phone numbers, and you'll think you're talking to a real company. I'm so familiar with the scam. I have got over 1,000 websites like this. So if I went to deheck.com and I went to my search bar on the right-hand side here and I searched ghostwriting, you'll find that I've done, numerous articles about Aznim Bawani, and also even the other one, which is really shocking, where they get to do people's homework for them and then hold them for ransom. If I went to just a few of these websites, you'll see I've done a pretty amazing campaign showing to people the corruption. And if we go through here enough, there we go. So this is, just to give you an idea, all these names that you're seeing on the screen are websites that have been set up to fool people into thinking they are providing ghostwriting services. So if I just pick one of those, hopefully it's still active. Right now, Google will take money from this fake company and let them advertise on their platform so that when people land here, they think they're getting a deal for getting their book or their story told by a ghostwriter. And if you ring up the phone numbers, which we've got here, advertised publicly, you watch this. I'm going to ring them up right now and talk to these people. And this is how corrupt this is. And this is, you won't get any more realer than this. They don't want us to ring. But in a minute, I'm going to be talking to somebody in America who sounds kind of American, but not really. And they were offering to write my ghost services. So let's just ring them up. Now, all these numbers, you could search for this phone number and find this on hundreds of websites. And they will pretend they don't understand. So, and this will, I'm actually ringing America, but I'm going straight Monpalo. They won't know what website I'm on because I've got hundreds of these. Okay, let's take it. What?
I'm sorry. With call forwarding.
Call forwarding. And straight to So that shows that didn't work. So, okay, so that is one website. And look, there's all these pop-ups. So what they're using these websites now, not for you to ring up, but they're using these websites to get your email address. They will keep targeting you with multiple different brands until you get the squeaky door gets the oil, right? So if I go and pick another one of these, now I can't click on these links because what we've done is we've decided to show, actually I didn't do it. Well, there you go. So let's just have a bit of fun here, all right? I don't know if fun's the word you want, Danny, but let's say I go to this one, is it? No. Well, let's just go to these. We're going to click on all these book companies. Now, Amazon have taken this company to the cleaners because they've used Amazon Publishing Prime. And these are all, these are all websites. So this one here is non-secure anymore. This one here, the same deal as last time. Oh, that's the original one that we just had. All American Writer. This one's been finally gone offline. Oh, these are all the Amazon ones that they've taken offline. Obviously on a slow server. So all these, since we've been doing it, so this one's still going, and we can ring up this number. So let's go down and find their phone number. They're claiming that they're in America, and we can ring them up and talk to them. No, they've taken the phone number off that one. So there you go. You can't even ring them up. If you have a problem, you're basically stranded. Put your name in here, get a free quote. We just want your details. These are what they call harvesting. Hello. And they'll use bots to answer you. And all they want is to harvest your information. I can't even close the chat. Oh, get rid of it. How do we close the chat? Oh, that was painful. Terms and conditions. So we, just while we're on this subject, we're going to go and we're going to look at Ron Foster, right? Ron Foster. And Ron Foster was a retired guy that's already published 70 books, and he decided to search the internet, find a company that would help him write his own book. And I sat down there by the campfire and had a yarn to him all about it. We even did his story, his book, and how he's a publisher. And now we have seen that he's actually, they told him that he had sold 30,000 books and there was $300,000 worth of royalties that he was going to get paid. And he was going to get paid $30,000. However, he had to pay them to release the money, and they held him for ransom. But now, because they have got a proper company set up in America and he's managed to find the people behind it, I believe he's got paid the money. But the amount of work that he had to do to actually do that was amazing. So there was two companies that he used, and both of these companies were registered in America and had local phone numbers and claimed that they sold his books, but he's never been paid a real royalty now. But he's gone after them and done the right stuff. Well, it's absolutely exciting. But anyway, as you can see, there's heaps of these companies. I could give you 1,000 websites like this that YouTube take. Now, if I go back to your comment, which we're going to do in a few minutes, you are claiming, that you're telling me what the scam is. We were assigned, what do they call it? Pseudo names, and we're strictly told to to tell that they were based in LA. So I'm just picking on you a little bit here, well, quite a bit. Why did you do that? Because isn't that a crime? Like, you were basically talking to victims and you were telling them that you were somebody you were not. And you were telling them that you were based in LA when you were based in Karachi. You know, you're going to be in LA for when you ranked, but yet you've got the concept right. So what are you? I'm going to be in LA for the Google ads to hit the top rank. You've got to be in Google LA. I don't quite follow you, but you wrote your names of the sites. You named the sites. All right, I don't quite follow you, but it's all right. But you were told to do something illegal, and I assume that you did it. The quality of the content they are writing to the customer is terrible. So they're not delivering the product, and they're also doing deception, right? They're using kids, and they're probably using AI, everything. Like, I could sit here and write 20 books a day, or I could string people along and never deliver the product. And then when they do deliver the product is so crap that you've been ripped off, and then it becomes a civil dispute. It's a normal thing, you know. And they charge way too much. But their weakness is chargeback. Yes, so the credit cards, if you're ever going to pay these scammers, make sure that you have a word to your credit card company, or you make sure you use PayPal, and they will actually refund the money, especially if you give them a hard luck story. So let me just say, I want to go and look at myself. I'm going to reply to your comment, and I'm going to see if I can actually search for it. Ooh. Now, I realize that in Karachi, getting a job is very hard. And I realize that you can work for these companies that promise you too good to be true wages. I realize that they might offer you even like $2,000 a month wages, which the average wage for somebody in Pakistan, I think, is $4 or $5 US a day, if I'm right. I get all that. And I understand everything and the reason why you work for these companies. And I'm not really knocking you. But at the end of the day, these companies get away with it because you guys work for them. And if I was to just get your comment, and this is why I'm doing it, and I post your comment here, and I say to ChatGPT, can you please give me a reply to this individual and explain to them that we appreciate them telling us their story, but do they not realize that what they were doing was not legal? I mean, you know, like, I'm just putting that in there, and I'm being a bit of a meanie because we want you guys to speak out. Okay, so now AI has suggested what I say to you, and this is what I get back. And there's no noise.
You want to encourage more insiders to come forward.
I do.
Not make them feel attacked.
I know.
Here's a reply that acknowledges their contribution while also making the legal and ethical point. Open quote, "Thank you for sharing your experience. It takes courage to speak publicly about what you witnessed, and I appreciate you adding another piece to the puzzle. What you've described is exactly the sort of evidence that helps people understand how these operations work. Fake identities, false claims about qualifications and locations, misleading advertising."
Okay, so I didn't realize they had also posted an additional comment underneath the original. So here's the more. I haven't posted what you've written yet. I just want to make sure you're fully informed. All right, so we'll just put the other bit that you put. Oops. All righty. So now we're going to have a listen to the whole lot. We'll do it again. Let's see. Like the line. Okay, what have we got? So that's it there. So let's see what it reads as, and let's see what it says. I should suggestly post to you.
With that second comment, I'd soften the tone a little.
There you go.
This person appears to be volunteering inside information.
Thank you.
If your first response is essentially, "Don't you realise what you were doing was illegal?" there's a good chance they'll disappear. I'd aim to educate rather than accuse, while encouraging them to provide evidence. Something like this. Open quote. "Thank you for sharing your experiences. Comments like yours help people understand what was really happening behind the scenes."
And they do.
"What you've described isn't just poor customer service. It sounds like a business model built around deception. using fake names, pretending to be based in Los Angeles, claiming books were written by best-selling authors or PhD-qualified writers when they weren't, and targeting elderly customers are all allegations that deserve serious scrutiny. The story about the one book accidentally becoming a genuine success is actually quite telling.
That's cool.
If the company was genuinely delivering the quality it advertised, that wouldn't have been a surprise. It would have been the norm. I do have one question for you.
Here we go.
Looking back now, do you recognise that you and your colleagues were being asked to participate in conduct that may have been unlawful? Many former employees tell me they didn't fully appreciate the bigger picture until after they left. If you're prepared to help further, evidence is far more valuable than stories alone. Internal training manuals, sales scripts, CRM screenshots, call recordings, emails, and details that allow victims to be contacted where lawfully available help journalists and investigators independently verify what happened. Thank you again for speaking up. It takes courage to do so, and I hope you'll continue to help expose these operations.
Right.
Close quote. I particularly like the line, open quote, many former employees tell me they didn't fully appreciate the bigger picture until after they left.
Don't you think it's funny how ChatGPT will give itself a compliment on the way it wrote something? Hey, look, and I think I don't know if you can speak with me brilliantly in English, but what I'm actually saying, that's a very, and I actually mean that. I thank you very much for the comment, but this is how someone like me normally reads it. It says that you were basically doing stuff you shouldn't have been doing, but you've admitted it, and that's great. And then you can sort of, you told us a story about one book that actually did make, was a success. And now I've come back and given you, the PC answer. And the honest truth of it is, our friend, is that the honest truth of it is we want you guys to be honest and speak freely and be able to comment all over our videos. Whether you were a victim, whether you're somebody who used to victimize people by actually lying to them because the company told you so, they're offering you money that you normally wouldn't have got for doing so. Maybe they were encouraging you to get up to sale quotas. I mean, I believe, and I always have, that all the articles I've ever done on Pakistani peoples and published, I just believe that Pakistani people are lovely. And these companies like Azneem Bawani and his other many men have actually, some of them I've talked to on the phone. And it's breathtaking that these are criminals, that are getting away with crime. Look, I didn't even have a beard when I did this one, but I can't express enough how much, people speaking up actually means. Now, it's easy for me to judge, and it's a lot of people you talk to will probably do the same thing. But we want to expose these people, and it takes people like you telling us the truth. What happened? We've exposed this company quite bad. It's funny, I searched for Karachi, and didn't really find too much. Yeah. So I don't know. Hey, Queen of Karma, I'm just doing a bit of a free-for-all today. I'm just going through my emails. How about I put some music on, and how about we play our new song that we've just done, and then we'll have a look and see if I've got any... So I've got a new NodeLink song, and then I'll see if we can find anything else that might be of interest for us to research in real time. We could always have a wee look and see what Queen of Karma's been publishing lately. Let's have a look. Since she's in there. Why did that do that? Anti New Zealand. Why did that do that? Oh, that should have done... That's better. Oh, now we haven't had a look at that one yet. So that was a really interesting one. We saw that come across my desk. But I haven't had a look at that. Look at you and your AI pictures. So this is quite interesting. Now, this is really weird. The video. Well, let's have a look at this.
Are you ready for the future?
We're ready.
AI is transforming our world, and it's only getting smarter. Self-driving cars are no longer a dream. They're becoming safer and more reliable.
Are they really?
Every year, advancements bring us closer to fully autonomous vehicles on our roads. In healthcare, AI doctors are revolutionizing how we diagnose illnesses.
Wow.
They can help detect diseases earlier and more accurately. This technology could save lives by allowing timely interventions. Education is also benefiting. Personalized AI tutors provide tailored learning experiences. They adapt to each student's needs, making education more accessible and effective. In the world of business, AI is automating repetitive tasks. This saves time and boosts productivity. Employees can focus on more creative and impactful work, enhancing overall efficiency. Experts predict that AI will create millions of new opportunities. However, it will also change traditional jobs. This shift highlights an essential truth about our future. Change is inevitable. The key question is not if AI will change our lives, but are we prepared for it? Learning AI skills today can give you a significant advantage tomorrow. Staying informed and adapting to these changes is crucial. The future truly belongs to those who embrace AI and adapt to its challenges. If you found this information useful, please like, subscribe, and share this video. Your future self.
Flags multiply.
Here we go.
First thing you know.
Investigations. So, a good question coming up in the box. Why have we gone soft? And that's not a very nice use of words. Well, I can't stop those people in Karachi doing those scams. And we are what we call the AAA, and that's the Avenger Anti-Fraud Alliance, which is a group of people that fight these scammers. So even though I'm driving the bus, I have a team of Avengers that research everything to do with everything that we do. And then my platform, and I deliver the news. I'm like the newsreader. So unfortunately, one of my best investigators, who was so passionate about Karachi and all that there, has actually got too busy to work with us. And for whatever reason, we can't keep exposing them because we haven't got my key researcher for Karachi software houses and all and the like. So that's the honest truth of it. So it's not that we've given up. It's just that the person that was the key head researcher has disappeared at the moment. Hoping he'll come back, but that's the honest truth of it. So even though, and there's a fantastic example right in front of us. This is QueenOfKarma. She's in the chat room at the moment. This is my blog, my website that we're looking at. Well, it's not my blog, but it's my website we're looking at. And we are actually, QueenOfKarma has done the research on this opportunity. And she's done her investigation and published it on my website. She's given people the Telegram, the WhatsApp, the Twitter accounts, the videos, and she's done a deep dive on it, which is absolutely fantastic. I haven't even read it. I'm coming here for the first time. I did see it go live the other day, and that's what we do. So we're a collective of people that work together and help each other. But if QueenOfKarma decides that she's not going to carry on investigating this at the moment, then I have to pick up the investigation, which is a little bit tricky, if that makes sense. We appreciate your time as well. So we so why is this school gone silent? But yeah, so that's the honest truth of it, actually. But
Real impact.
And by the way, we don't tell everyone that. They think I do everything around here.
It's cute, it's friendly, and it's designed to make you feel safe. But here's the problem. None of the branding actually explains anything. There's no technology, no roadmap, no team, no audits, no smart contract links, no white paper, just vibes. This is the first hallmark of an ecosystem scam. Aesthetic legitimacy instead of real legitimacy. When you dig into the main website, the red flags multiply. Their main website is Mizu-Kappa.io. It looks professional, but it's missing every single piece of transparency you'd expect from a real Web3 project. No identifiable developers, no GitHub, no regulatory disclosures, no contract addresses, no technical documentation, no proof of.
And if you don't know anything about Web3, which I learned the other day, Web3 technology means removing all humans and everything running all by itself with no help of any humans. So they're trying to say that that's why they don't have anything on there. But the reality is it's not Web3. and there are humans pretending everything's automated. So a wee while ago, we used to have these things called, I've forgotten what they're called now. It's just gone out of my head. But they have these things, decentralized autonomous organizations, which basically mean every decision that the company makes is done by the masses. And then they use, what are they called? Smart contracts to run everything. So basically, if A meets B, then B will make C happen, sort of things. It's like if then now what? I don't know if you ever used that. But that's what a lot of these scams are now claiming that they're doing. So if it was true, and these scams are going to generate you, this one here looks like 3% in 90 days, and, it's just ridiculous stuff. The world will go bankrupt, because where's the money coming from to generate all these returns on investments? And if you just keep compounding your money for 2 years, 3 years, the world economy would fall over.
Of anything. Instead, the site leans on hype, countdowns, and vague promises about utility and impact. This is classic scam architecture. A beautiful front end with nothing behind it. Let's go through their FAQs. Or as they call them, their common questions.
Oh my God, they've only
How
got 5?
does the BNB reward system work? Every time someone in your referral network buys Mizu-Kappa tokens, the BNB reward pool is split across 15 levels of referrers. Level 1 earns 20%, Level 2 earns 15%, Level 3 earns 10%, Level 4 earns 9%, Level 5 earns 8%, Level 6 earns 7%, Level 7 earns 6%,
Where's the money
Level
come from?
8 earns 5%, Level 9 earns 4%, and levels 10 to 13 earn 3% each. Gets weird here. Level 14 earns 2.5%, and level 15 earns 1.5%. Rewards are automatically sent to your wallet, claiming required. How does staking work? Staking lets you lock your Mizu tokens in our secure vault to earn APY rewards. Yay, another vault. Choose from 30-day, 0.25% APY, 90-day, 3% APY, 180-day, 8% APY, 270-day, 18% APY, or 360-day, 30% APY plans. Rewards are distributed daily, and longer.
This is actually fascinating. Good job. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to go have a break. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave you with Queen of Karma, and this will be the screen. And the other thing I will do is I will put the chat box on the screen so you guys can actually do it. And I'm going to go have a break for a wee while. And that means you'll be able to chat. And Queen of Karma's in there watching me do a voiceover on hers, and I'm going to go away. So here we go.
Commitments offer higher returns. How do I build my referral network? Because this is an MLM. After connecting your wallet on trade.mizukappa.io, you'll receive a unique referral link tied to your wallet address. Share it with anyone. When they buy Mizu using your link, they become your level 1 referral. When they refer others, those become your level 2. And so on up to 15 levels deep. Quite a big MLM. The larger your network, the more BNB flows to you passively. How do I connect my wallet? Visit trade.mizukappa.io and click Connect Wallet. We support MetaMask, Trust Wallet, Wallet Connect, and all major BSC compatible wallets. Make sure you're connected to Binance Smart Chain, BSC Mainnet Chain ID 56. You'll need a small amount of BNB for gas fees. And the cost of gas is through the roof. Is Mizu-Kappa safe? Like they'd say no. Is the contract audited? Yes, Mizu-Kappa's smart contract has undergone a full security audit. The reward distribution and staking logic are fully on-chain and transparent. On BSC Scan, there are no hidden functions, no mint functions post-launch, and liquidity is locked. We believe in full transparency and community trust. Remember that. They also have a beta platform, bet.mizu-kappa.io. Now this is where things get interesting. The beta site claims to offer staking, reward pools, prediction games, P2P commerce, airtime purchases, withdrawals. But when you actually look at the platform, reward pools are empty, no liquidity is visible, no backend is verifiable, no audits exist, no smart contracts are linked, no real functionality is demonstrated. The utilities are just buttons. The games are engagement traps. The staking is a deposit funnel. This isn't a DeFi platform. It's a simulation, a stage set designed to look functional long enough to collect deposits. Next, we looked at the Telegram group. The branding is the same. The Kappa mascot, the water bowl, the lore. The description is poetic but meaningless. Metaphors about guiding the river and keeping the bowl full. The member count is displayed prominently, which is a psychological tactic to create perceived legitimacy. But here's the real issue. Telegram is the control center of most crypto scams. It allows admins to delete criticism, ban skeptics, curate hype, manipulate sentiment, and recruit victims privately. The Mizu-Kappa group is not a community, it's a recruitment funnel. Join the wave. The Mizu-Kappa community is growing fast. Jump in, stay updated, and ride the wave with thousands of holders worldwide. And they list all of their social medias. This is their WhatsApp Mizu-Kappa channel. Mizu-Kappa Coin is a next-generation digital asset designed to combine community strength, sustainability, and long-term value growth. Built with a clear vision of stability in the volatile crypto space, Mizu-Kappa focuses on rewarding loyal holders while discouraging short-term speculation. At its core, Mizu-Kappa integrates one of the strongest anti-dumping mechanisms in the market, a dynamic sell tax and liquidity protection system that increases during high-volume sell-offs. This system helps stabilize price action, protects investors from sudden crashes, and ensures healthier organic growth over time. With a committed community, transparent development, and a focus on long-term utility, Mizu-Kappa Coin aims to stand out as a reliable and resilient project in the evolving crypto ecosystem. They have 285 followers. This is their official YouTube channel with 40 subscribers and one video which was posted May 22nd of this year.
Stop scrolling for a second because a lot of you keep asking where the next early opportunity is hiding. Everybody dreams about going back in time.
Who dreams about going back in time?
And discovering projects before the crowd. Before the hype. Before the hunting and before everyone starts talking about it.
Whoa, what happened with that cut there? That was crazy.
Because once your timeline is filled with charts, rocket emojis, and people screaming, "We're early."
Yeah, hype. More hype.
Most of the time, you're not that early anymore.
Did his voice change there?
And that's why you need to pay attention to Mizu-Kappa right now. Mizu-Kappa is a token launching on the BNB network in a few weeks. The utilities include a reward system. Don't say you didn't see this early. The community is building. The energy is growing.
How many times have we seen a video like this on my channel?
The people are starting to pay attention, and something is definitely brewing.
Oh, I'm paying attention, and something is brewing. A whole lot of bullshit.
So remember this moment.
Okay.
Remember this name, Mizu-Kappa, and stay ready, because the countdown starts now.
Is that supposed to be the CEO? He looks like he's AI.
because a lot of you keep asking where the next early opportunity is hiding.
And it isn't here. But the most telling social media that they have is their Facebook. They have 5,000 followers. The river mascot bringing the next wave of games, going live on Binance Smart Chain BSC. Stay ready. They have an Outlook email address. Very fascinating. Just keep scrolling, 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 scrolling to the bottom. The first time that this scam ever appeared anywhere on the internet was on their Facebook on May 7th of 2026, where they basically created their account updating their cover photo and their profile picture. But they also said Mizu-Kappa just got a new look, updated the profile and cover photo. New profile, new cover, same mission. The project is moving forward step by step as we build the brand properly before the next phase. More updates coming soon. Stay close. $Mizu. On May 16th, they claim to be launching soon. Heard that before. May 19th is when they posted this amazing video we just watched. They seem to do a lot of their meetings on Google Meets instead of on Zoom, which is quite interesting. Something I haven't seen in quite a while. Many different logos they've posted, including this one on June 12th, in which they said you're one coin away from generational wealth. So they do your typical illegal income claim. On my birthday, June 13th, they posted up this video to help our study and research on the Mizu-Kappa ecosystem. Give it a quick watch.
Mizu is not just another token. It is a utility-driven ecosystem being built on Binance Smart Chain with a growing network of strategic partners, including Vital Block. With a total supply of 1 billion tokens, Mizu is scheduled to launch on 4 May and comes with a sustainable 3% by tax and 3% cell tax structure designed to support long-term ecosystem growth.
Bullshit.
The 3% by tax is dedicated entirely to one of the most powerful features in the Mizu ecosystem, the 10-level BNB reward network. Here's how it works.
I thought it was 15 levels.
Every time someone in your network trades, you earn BNB automatically. This network goes 10 levels deep.
Oh.
That means you can earn from people you refer, the people they refer, and so on up to 10 levels. Check the X account for more information on this. Rewards are paid instantly in BNB through the smart contract. No waiting. Built on-chain and secured from hack. The more your network grows and trades, the more BNB you earn. Mizu is not...
It cuts off. I love it. On June 17th, they say the easiest alpha today. Spend 10 minutes researching Mizu-Kappa. And as you can see, that's when Lynn Nakamoto starts to comment on their Facebook posts. Here she is again, calling them a game changer, basically saying all of the things that she once did in on passive. They seem to have been in a pre-launch this entire time, even though on June 20th, they claimed they're in week 3. On June 22nd, they gave an official announcement where they said that there was a Mizu-Kappa launch date. The wait is almost over. We are excited to officially announce that Mizu-Kappa will be launching on the 7th of July, 2026. Launch time will be officially announced soon. Stay connected, stay prepared, stay early. This is the beginning of something bigger than a project. It's a movement. So I guess Lynn has joined another movement. The early bird catches the worm, right? Are you ready? June 30th. Many people lose before trading even begins, not because they bought the wrong coin, not because they lack experience, but because someone else got a better deal before they ever had the chance. Here's how it usually works. A project announces its token. Before the public can buy, there have already been private sales, seed rounds, VC allocations, insider allocations, pre-sales. By the time trading opens, some participants are already sitting on massive discounts, while the public is buying at market price. Early insiders may be holding tokens bought at a fraction of the price. For them, taking profit is easy. For everyone else, the game starts with a disadvantage. Funny, this is how I feel about MLMs. This is why launch models matter. A fair launch isn't just a buzzword, it's a statement that everyone deserves the same starting line. No hidden discounts, no privileged entry, no insiders buying days, weeks, or months before the community. Everyone enters together. That's the standard we believe in at Mizu-Kappa. No pre-sale, no private sale, no insider allocation. When Mizu launches, the community starts together because we believe the strongest ecosystems aren't built behind closed doors. They're built with the people. Fair launch, fair opportunity, one community, one beginning. Mizu. And they are still continuing with their launch date being July 7th. 2 hours ago, they posted the best opportunities rarely arrive with applause. They arrive quietly until they don't. So, going well, I guess. Tomorrow isn't just another date. It's the beginning of something we've been building toward. Stay close. The countdown is no longer measured in days. It's measured in hours. Tomorrow. This person seems to think history is being made. Yes, the history of a giant scam. So what else did we find out? The Mizu-Kappa AMAs were never real Ask Me Anything sessions. They were legitimacy theater, staged hype events designed to make the project look transparent while avoiding every meaningful question. They focused on motivational speeches, vague promises, and big things coming soon, but never answered anything technical. Questions about audits, liquidity, smart contracts, or withdrawals were deleted, and anyone who pushed was banned. The AMAs existed for one reason: to warm people up for deposits. Right after each AMA, promoters pushed staking, early access, and limited time pools. It wasn't transparency. It was a sales funnel dressed up as community engagement. There is no verified CEO, no registered company, and no identifiable leadership behind Mizu-Kappa. Just like other Mizu scams, the project never names a real founder, developer, or executive. Any CEO mentioned in chats, AMAs, or promo videos is fabricated, unverified, or a borrowed stock persona. A common tactic in crypto scam ecosystems to make the project look legitimate. So Mizu-Kappa has no real CEO. The people running it hide behind anonymous accounts, fake names, and scripted AMAs. A classic sign of a scam. Now, there's no confirmed proof that Mizu-Kappa and Mizu High Q Pro are the same scam, but the patterns match almost perfectly. Same naming style, same fake dashboards, same hype language, same deposit funnel, same withdrawal issues, same manipulation tactics. So while we can't say they're literally the same operation, we can say this: Mizu-Kappa follows the exact same scam template as Mizu High Q Pro, and it behaves like it came from the same playbook. Here's the full life cycle of the scam exactly as we've documented it. Hype and recruitment, motivational language, cute mascot, promises of wealth, community building, Telegram group, AMAs, social media posts, deposit extraction, users encouraged to stake, spend, and interact, withdrawal traps, fees, taxes, liquidity deposits, the same pattern seen in Mizu High Q Pro, collapse and rebrand. The scam family launches a new Mizu project. This is textbook ecosystem style fraud. So it is officially early afternoon on July 8th. And so far, the Mizu-Kappa website does not appear to have changed too much, neither of them. But on their Facebook, they announced that Mizu is officially live and they left their information to look them up on the BNB smart chain. Here we have them claiming that they have a lot of buys and sells and that it's worth a lot. DEX updated, they say. And they say Mizu-Kappa is now live. Today marks the beginning of something much bigger than a token. We're building an ecosystem where utility meets opportunity. And this is only the first chapter. Starting today, you can explore our 15-level BNB reward system and our staking platform, both designed to reward active participants with the Mizu-Kappa ecosystem. And we're just getting started. Welcome to day 1. Let's build the future together. They leave some links. You are one Mizu bag away from generational wealth. Always promising generational wealth. Mizu-Kappa public verification for coin market cap application. We leave the ticket number, this URL. This post is made from an official Mizu-Kappa community account to verify the legitimacy of the coin market cap listing request. Everyone wants to be early until it's actually time to buy early. Mizu. Interesting picture. So of course we had to check out some of this information. When I click on that link listed, I am brought to this chart here. Now the funniest part is that when we get here, it literally says right on it, Mizu is not verified by CoinMarketCap. The logo and social links are from third-party sources. And then they say how to get verified. So that's worrisome. Interesting. On the BSC scan is where we see what's actually going on here. When you actually look at the Mizu-Kappa token on BSC scan, the entire thing falls apart. The contract is brand new, it holds zero money, and there's no liquidity anywhere. The only activity is hundreds of tiny approved transactions, the kind of bot spam you see when scammers are trying to make a dead token look alive. There are no real investors, no real transfers, and no value behind the project at all. It's an empty contract designed to lure people into approving it so the scammers can drain wallets or run a quick rug. This isn't a real crypto project. It's a textbook scam. So yes, the contract exists, but no, Mizu-Kappa is not listed on any exchange. This is just more legitimacy theater. It'll be interesting to see where this all goes. Scams like Mizu-Kappa don't just steal money. They steal trust. They steal time. They steal emotional energy. They steal people's sense of financial stability. And when someone from a high control group like on Passive, Victory with Ash, starts promoting these schemes, it spreads harm into communities that are already vulnerable. This is why we investigate. This is why we speak out. This is why we expose these patterns. This investigation is ongoing, and we're going to keep on digging. If you've seen Mizu-Kappa promoted in your circles, or if you've been approached about it, feel free to share your experience. The more information we gather, the easier it becomes to protect people from falling into these traps. And to Lynn Nakamoto, thank you for unintentionally kicking off this investigation. You never disappoint. More updates coming soon.
Oops, if you are going to subscribe, I thoroughly recommend it. And if you need to find that video, it's not rocket science, but it is kind of rocket science. To find
Are you ready for the future?
I am ready for the
AI
future.
is transforming.
So, ironically, You do rock, Queen of Karma. My the scripter does a lot of work for me. And while I was cooking myself lunch, doing the dishes I should have done 2 days ago and emptying all the rubbish, I sort of got a bit of pressure put onto me about how much I work. And she said, you're a workaholic. We never have any days off and we don't spend much time together. And then I'm listening to Queen of Karma's video in the background and I'm thinking, that's what we do. We spend hours and hours gathering information, putting together these videos where sometimes we're criticized for the content that we produce, how we could produce it and how we could do it better. But some people may not realize the time and energy that all of us put into it and the personal sacrifice that we go through. So if you can support Queen of Karma, I know she's not financially living the dream, as they say, and a lot of the scammers that we promote, well, not promote, but we try to bring into the limelight, making a lot more money than we are. But they're the first people to say that we're doing it for YouTube clicks and the like. So if you can support Queen of Karma in any which way, go to her YouTube channel, which I just put the video in there. She has a PayPal link in her description. $5, $10 makes me happy, and I'm sure it will make her happy and give her something. So when she goes to the food bank to get her next parcel of food, she knows that her hard work is in due. Now, if you look at her videos, you can sort of say, oh, they're a wee bit blurry. They're blurry because she uses a free StreamYard account, because using StreamYard costs you about 80 American dollars a month. So, you know, I use Ecamm, and that costs me, I think from memory, about, I can't even remember, I think it's $50 a month US, which is about it cost me $80 New Zealand, so whatever that is. And that enables me to stream on 5 different platforms at the same time. I've got some gear around my office that even I don't know how I managed to afford to buy this, because I've actually sort of gone bankrupt, not bankrupt, but I've gone, oh my God, I can't afford to do another bill payment on something. My credit card's maxed out twice in the last 2 years, and then all of a sudden I sell a website, or CoffeeZilla helped me out with giving me a shout out with his 4.5 million views, and I received something like, I don't know, 5,800 cups of coffee thanking me for my work. And that basically went to paying back my visa and getting myself out of the crap once again. And now I'm sort of, I'm still in credit. So help some other people out, help people out like Queen of Karma. We're not doing it for the money, but boy, it makes a huge difference. And there's a lot of lovely people that have invested a lot of money who have lost a lot of money for doing this. So, you know, like, yeah, I do this full time, and I know Queen of Karma, she's on a sickness benefit, and she's doing what she does on a full time as well. And I haven't even had breakfast yet. This morning I thought I'd change my life a little bit and do something for myself and go for a 5K run. I spent half an hour in the shower trying to recover from it. And I was dizzy, and I thought, oh my goodness, I don't know. I used to run 3-4 times a week, and now I haven't ran for a year. I'm putting on a bit of weight, and the stress of doing this is probably going to kill me one day. So just saying, if you want to support anyone, don't support me today. Go and support Queen of Karma. And that's the first time I've eaten all day, and it is 3:45 in the afternoon. So, in saying that, let's have another look and see if there's another video that we can watch. Now, that video was actually embedded on my own website. She's done an amazing investigation. And the whole thing about it is what we want you guys to start using technology to save yourself from investment scams. We're not here to give you advice. So look, so here's YouTube doing their thing, right? This is a scam. You search for it because you heard about it, and it comes up number one. You know, and then we go through it all here. And oh, look at that, a week ago, Queen of Karma comes up in the search results. Fantastic. And here we go, Facebook promoting scams. Isn't it just fantastic? So that's great, but until you go up here and you go put the word scam at the end of it, now you're going to get, now you'll get the article that she's published on my website. And it was published 12 days ago. And then you can see a video. You can see the keywords that Queen of Karma's used to bring up. And, you know, like, we can see the bad reviews. But unless you guys learn to use that word scam, you know, and now you probably see why I use my brand, No Scam. So if I put no in front of it, it's not really helping it, because this is a scam. Yeah. Yes. So we still come up. But yeah, so it's pretty cool. But let's go back to Queen of Karma's channel.
Are you ready for the future?
Are you ready?
AI.
And you can see Queen of Karma is looking absolutely lovely there. Now, do you have your own merch store, don't you? So what can we find on Queen of Karma's store? Because it's always fun if you're going to give a donation, you get something for it. So we have Queen of Karma t-shirts. Now, do you want that logo? Cult Survivor. So Queen of Karma goes after cults. And she basically exposes cults. And that's where we connect really well, because I was brought up in the Jehovah's Witness religion, which is a cult. And it's not nice. So if you're a cult survivor, here's some really nice merch. Yeah, Ash and Afara. That's so funny. Look at this. Oh my goodness. There's so many people involved in that. I don't know if I want to walk around with him on my t-shirt, just saying. What else you got there? Mugs. Birdies. Don't tell anyone. It's just different stuff. But the sayers of, she has Friday naysayers, don't you? So from our perspective, we would rather you just gave us a donation and we don't get it, because every time something's bought on here, she gets a commission. But if you want to really make a difference, just give her some money, which would be nice. Oh, look, I know where you copied that idea from. That's a triangle. Pyramid schemes. Reminds me of somebody else I know. He's a man, always something. Yeah, so there you go. That's one thing. And also, if we look at the lives, and oh my goodness, an hour ago. Oh my God, I haven't seen this one. So we're going to watch this while I finish my lunch. This will be good.
Why, hello, everyone.
Hello.
I hope that you're all having a fabulous, amazing evening.
I am.
Welcome to the late live stream. Hello, Sam. Good to see you. Glad that you could make it. I have gifted 5 more memberships tonight. So thank me to anyone that got them. You aren't that early, Chris. Maybe too late for the scam, if anything. I knew I should have taken a tour off of the vault before the rug pull. Yep. Greetings, everyone.
Rug pull.
I am here. I'm glad you are here, Joe. I'm glad you're all here. Because tonight, we need to talk about what didn't happen on July 18th. GGC, Global Gold Coin, the program that has been promising launch dates for months, did not launch.
Oh, really?
They didn't hold the Zoom meeting they promised.
But their tokens were $300.
They didn't release any updates. They didn't even acknowledge the missed deadline. And while members are left confused, frustrated, and asking questions, the leaders behind GGC are already pivoting into new schemes.
No way.
Larry Lane has quietly moved into an EHP scam, and Professor Roberts, the man behind GGC, is now promoting something called Gold Rush Financial Services.
Of course,
allegedly backed by $3 billion in gold mine properties and global gold coins. So tonight, we are breaking down the failed GGC launch, the Telegram messages showing members demanding answers, Larry Lane's pivot into EHP, and the truth behind Professor Roberts' new Gold Rush Financial Services scheme. Let's get right into it.
Any mind flair?
Karma's a bitch.
Oh, not a bitch.
Queen of Karma.
Hello, Cool Cat. I am glad that you could make it as well. Very good to see you. So for those who have been following my channel since the beginning, you already know I've been tracking global gold coin, or GGC, since the day it first appeared. It started as a so-called gold-backed crypto revolution, promising billions in gold mine assets, debit cards, and a private exchange. But from the start, nothing added up. No registration, no licensing, no proof of gold, and no transparency. Over the months, I've documented every single promise, every single delay, and every single pivot. From the Telegram hype to the missed July 18th launch to the silence that followed, I've kept receipts on all of it. And now, as the same players move into new schemes like EHP and Gold Rush Financial, it's clear this isn't innovation, it's a pattern. So tonight, we're revisiting the timeline, connecting some of these dots, and preparing for the full deep dive coming before the end of the summer. The definitive expose on how GGC evolved from a fake gold dream into yet another crypto scam funnel. So buckle up, sayers of nay, it's time to shine a light on the gold that never existed. Before we talk about the new scams, I want to show you what's happening inside the GGC community itself.
That's exciting for me as well.
Or cult, if you want to call it that. I've recorded Telegram messages from members who are asking where the July 18th launch is, asking why the Zoom meeting never happened, because they had one every Tuesday and Thursday, and they haven't in a couple weeks. They're asking why leadership has gone silent, asking why their money is still locked up, and asking why they're being told to stay patient while nothing is delivered. These messages show exactly what we've been saying for months. GGC is not a real company. It's a stalling tactic. And now that the stall has run out, the leaders are pivoting.
Unreal.
Roll the clip.
Okay, play that clip.
Global Gold Coin Telegram group. There is a lot that seems to be popping off. Let's see what's happening there.
They might block me, but thank God we are getting some valid information from Professor Robert as he referenced God. After all, this GGC was his vision from God. The pop-up information from the back office is encouraging. Those of us who invested in GGC still believe in his vision. I've had the GCE app on my Android phone since back in December.
And the app is shown here. As you can see, it says this exchange is backed by gold. And we have the newest message that was posted at the time. It states, hot fire news! Professor Roberts, with God's help, opens the new company called Gold Rush Financial Services, supported by over $3 billion in gold mine properties and global gold coins. New services coming to the crypto exchange website, cryptogold.exchange. Number 1, a hot news message board from Professor Roberts. When people sign on to their account, they see the message board first. Then they must click close to visit their account. Number 2, links will be open so Professor Robert can send email messages to all emails registered on the cryptogold.exchange. Number 3, a new video page is coming with a first code to watch video news and information videos on the coins, services, and products coming, like our new Gold Rush Financial Services gift cards, debit cards, and credit cards coming in the future. Number 4, a new top 10 leaders posting and buyers photos of top leaders and bios of 3 to 7 lines about their success. Number 5, then a top 100 leaders list, photos and bios. A little while later. To Larry Lane. Good morning, Larry Lane. My account has 0 balance, and few accounts of my team are 0. I sent you emails about that, but didn't receive any answer. I really understand how busy you are, but sorry. Answer me, please. I want to buy some GGC by Zelle and see if this can bring my balance to normal. Please let me know. Thank you. Message Larry directly to his DM. It's better. Thank you, I did it. A little while later. I thought GGC was to go live on the 18th. What's the issue again? We are already on the 20th of July. I would like to know why they didn't launch again. Quality takes time. Someone posts an image, and the response is, not in the group, removed. So then Larry Lane shows up again. Just letting everybody know the leaders and PAB are inquiring daily for updates. Every day. We will not be hosting a Zoom until we get new updates from the board of directors. We appreciate everyone. But then a little while after that, we were promised by the developer Brian to have the new website by July 4th. So much for that promise. Larry Lane responds, absolutely. That's why we are trying to get updates. Very few people has put as much money and time into GGC as I have. When I say I'm fighting for update for my teams and myself daily, that's exactly what I'm doing. All new updates will be posted right here as soon as I get them. I know you are, Larry, and we appreciate you. My note was in response to Brian's post. And if you're wondering what the back office looks like in GGC, well, it's akin to the on-passive back office. You just get notes like this. July 20th, 2026. Hot fire news! Now 10 gold and money brokers work for Professor Roberts, and they have a fresh list of 250 gold mines worth over $2 trillion. And this post posted on July 19th, 2026. News board, hot, 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 fire, fire, fire news. Professor Robert has a contract with a 17 billion gold mine that was to buy $1 billion of global gold coins with 1 billion of gold directly from Professor Robert. Wow. Just a bunch of bullshit. Seriously, though, they are doing a lot of information control within their Telegram group, and that's really concerning. That's why I said if you want to call this a cult, I won't stop you. I believe all multi-level marketing companies to be very, very culty. That is my major issue with them, and I'll never go back on that. Joe says, Ash delivered more than GGC. Sad but true. Chris says, good news. Professor Robert can send new emails. Bad news. He's using O-mail. Maybe the professor will get the O-mail I sent Queen. Maybe. I mean, someone should get it because honestly, where did it go? What happened to it? Actually, before we continue, I think it would be best if I just showed you guys the back office of GGC in all its glory so that you can really get a feel for what it's like, Crypto and gold here, the most secure and reliable platform for cryptocurrency and precious metals trading, backed by gold reserves for maximum security and trust, even though we've already proven that wrong. So this is cryptogold.exchange. As you can see, there's a red message here that says, the system is back online. We apologize for the delay during the maintenance. Sorry to keep you waiting longer than expected. That's because it was down for a while. Let's log in. I already have an account. When we log in, the first thing that we'll see is this purple news board. And the newest message from them today, July 21st, 2026. Fire, fire, fire news. A multi-billion-dollar banking group in Canada, which one, wants to complete a $5 billion purchase of
so they've redeveloped the whole website.
Gold stock certs from Professor Roberts' team. This earns Professor Roberts' 20% fees equal to $1 billion. Sure. And then you will see here, this exchange is backed by gold. And there's some multiplies sold, some that are still available that you can get. Buy them up now. And this is their chart, which I believe is a fake chart.
It's from Binance.
But this is
for
it.
Bitcoin.
We go to deposit, and you have to deposit a minimum amount equivalent to $20 US. And then it says deposits are credited after 3 network confirmations. Not sure what that.
Brilliant. Look, unfortunately, it's time for me to get ready to go out. And I can't carry on as much as I want to carry on. I just did have a quick look at this website that you were talking about. So I'm going to make sure that you guys can go away and carry on listening to Queen of Karma. She said 26 views 117 minutes ago. So we need to support and watch these videos. Now, what you can do is help Queen of Karma by posting some comments in here. And if you're struggling for things to do, you can use AI and descript the video and put a meaningful comment in here because it backs up her stuff. And that helps YouTube. And make sure you hit the thumbs up because that always helps these videos get out. And you want to be notified when she goes live. So make sure you I'm already a member of her channel and you can join that channel. You can see me here, see the perks. The perks are she'll work really, really hard at trying to save people from getting scammed. So I'm going to put that in the chat room. Now, we did have another message earlier on here, which I've missed, from our new friend, and you've replied to my comments. So I'm going to go back to my website. And you said you didn't use AI. Well, maybe you should use AI because it might be interesting to know. It may have a different opinion sometimes. So let's
$75,000 worth of
get
wages
rid of me before I
in
lost
1
my
year.
bed. And this was a year ago where I started doing a lot of research into Pakistani stuff. Now, I don't know why, but when I look at this comment section here, it doesn't display your comment. Now, I'm actually going to do something what I don't normally do, is I'm going to replace my pinned comment with your pinned comment. So I'm going to pin your comment, and hopefully that will start generating some more inquiries. So when I go to this video next time, hopefully your comment should be,
I used to charge people $300 to set up a web page.
and it is. So I'm going to come down here and I see replies, and here's your honest thought. Let's see. Here goes my honest thought. And this is not AI answer, which I think AI is actually better at answering a lot of the stuff that I'm thinking, to be honest. Sorry to bother you again. You're not bothering me. A year ago, I went headfirst into this investigation, and I stumbled across your video, and I was like, man, this guy who should get some info. A year later, you're heavily relying on AI, okay? You changed your opinion midstream when ChatGPT started saying something otherwise, okay? You before you reading my comment, you said, this is a scam, and let me tell you why. The reason why I told you it was a scam is we get comments all day long. Now, in your comment here, you actually mentioned the word chargeback. And when you're a YouTuber, you get these comments all the time, and you get people that can help people get their crypto back, and they normally have a name which we have to ban. Now, that might seem a bit far-fetched, but let me go into YouTube. Let me see if I can go into my dashboard. Let me see if I can go into my community. No, let me see if I go into my settings. Let me go into community moderation and go to user management. So here you can see the people that I use to manage my, help manage my YouTube channel comments. These are standard moderators, people who I like, who help out. And these are approved users, where these are people that can publish anything they like and I trust them. These are hidden users, which I don't want people to see their comments because they're nasty people. And then we have a section which is called, normally I have standard moderate approved users, hidden users, and I think it's over here. These are block words. Now look at these words here, and you can see the words that people use. So anytime somebody uses the word funds, log key, these are actually names of crypto recovery people that they will drop these words. So I didn't even know. I don't think Mother's something I need to block, but for some reason, I don't think Northwood's something I need to block. Okay, Wallet, Instagram, recovered. So when I looked at your comments, to be honest, I saw this word, and that's why I said you're a scam, because I thought it may have been one of those words that you were trying to promote. And that I said that out loud because I'm recording live. So that's just a bit of background for you. Before you even read my comment, you said I was a scammer, and that's why. So explain that. Then really couldn't prove why. Well, I just did. You couldn't put together an easy, understandable English. I have to read this because I can't read. I'm dyslexic. If you don't know what dyslexic are, looks it up. Reading and writing level of a 9-year-old is what I have. Here we go.
You couldn't put together easily understandable English and disregarded my comment saying, well, I DK how good your English is since you're in Pakistan.
Well, most Pakistani people that I've talked to have, they speak pretty good English, and but sometimes they don't understand how fast we talk. So I don't quite know what you mean there. You couldn't finish a sentence. It sounds like I've actually berated you in some way, and that wasn't what I was trying to do. I was actually just being fully transparent. Now I get about 5 messages a day on LinkedIn from Pakistani people asking me to investigate companies that are running scams in Pakistan. This is from my perspective. So those same companies that asked me to investigate scams in Pakistan tell me that they've been working for one of the companies I've named. And it's only when their wages get garnished or that their bosses hold back their wages until they reach certain sales quota that they start complaining to me. And when they get kicked out of those companies, then they start reaching out to me asking for my help. When you get 5 or so messages on LinkedIn every day from Pakistani people that are working for scam companies asking for my help after they've been scamming people because their wages from these scam companies have been held back, I don't really have a good attitude about it. So the reason I use AI is so that I can actually give you a nice reply. Because I personally think that you guys are scamming people out of their money. And because you're working for a company and you were told to do so, you did it. Now, if I'm wrong, then I'm welcome to actually interview you one-on-one, and you won't want to do that because you'll be too scared that you'll get tortured, kidnapped, or beaten up by the scam companies if you speak out about them. And that's why you need people like me who may not always agree about the reporting I do, but you really need to actually see that from my perspective that things aren't always... So what you really want me to do is want me to publish all the companies that you tell me are ripping off people, keep you anonymous perhaps to save you from getting beaten up, kidnapped and all that. Take the legal threats I've had. You can search for my name in the Pakistani legal system. You'll see I've got 3 lawsuits against me at the moment from Pakistani people. So I take the heat. And you want me to fight for you, and you want me to do it with an attitude of love and want me to be fully embraced and believe everything that every Pakistani person says. Now, I wouldn't be fighting for Pakistani people if I didn't think you guys need someone fighting for you. But can I trust the intel I get from Pakistani people? Whether you guys are a victim of your own demise, the answer to that is no, I can't. Have I published content before that I've had to remove off my website after being misled by Pakistani people who claim they have good intention? Yes, I have. So please be honest, and I am being very honest, if you want to give a reply. Don't use AI for basic conversations. Well, you don't understand that I have dyslexia. Now, if I write you a reply in my words, you would not understand what I am saying. So don't be arrogant and don't use willful blindness and ignore the fact that you don't understand what dyslexia is. I got tested and I have a reading and a writing level of a 9-year-old. I have no problem listening to stuff and taking it in. I have no problem using technology to communicate. But because I put my thoughts into AI and it puts out, I've got a thread. So let's get your comment here. And here's your response, right? Now I'm going to go back to AI No night, Queen of Karma. See you later, alligator. Software houses. And here's the comment, which was a thread. Now, if you look at the thread that I've got here and the investigation I've done on that one blog that you have commented on, or that one video, you can see that there's hours and hours of conversations and threads. That is my knowledge base. That is my brain. That is my research. That is me gathering information. That is me listening to people for hours on end that are in LinkedIn telling me certain stuff that I need to investigate. I put all this information into AI, and now I'm going to say, I have received a response. Could you please give me a response? I have been accused of using AI when I actually make it public that I live on AI, and I agree with what I post before it goes live. Okay, so here's your comment, and I don't even need to think about how I answer you. I don't need your criticism. I mean, if you don't like the way I've been fighting to help the Pakistani people who are in these software houses, and you don't like reading the 10 blogs and the 20 or the 30 videos that I've done, if you don't like hearing about how I've been threatened with grievous bodily harm, that if I don't stop publishing stuff, or what you're worried about is the fact that I'm not giving you what you want, which is a bit ironic, really. And look, it's even quoting me. So now I've got a nice reply to write to you, which you won't like. But let's listen to see what AI says. So first of all, let's see what the AI suggests I do and don't do. And let's see if it's a good advice.
I actually wouldn't get defensive.
There you go.
His comment contains a mix of criticism, opinion, and useful feedback. If you acknowledge the fair points and correct the record on the AI issue, you'll come across much stronger. Here's what I'd write.
Here we go.
Open quote. Thanks for the honest feedback. I genuinely appreciate it.
I don't really.
You're right about one thing. I use AI extensively, and I've never hidden that. In fact, I openly tell my audience that I use it as a research, editing, and writing assistant. Every article, comment, and video published under my name is something I've reviewed, agreed with, and taken responsibility for. AI doesn't make my decisions. It helps me work through the sheer volume of information I deal with. As for the live stream, I don't claim to be a polished presenter. I'm dyslexic, I often think out loud, and sometimes I change my view as I read more evidence. I'd rather correct myself in real time than pretend I know everything from the outset. If I misunderstood part of your comment or jumped to a conclusion too quickly, that's on me, and I'm happy to acknowledge it. What interests me far more than whether I use AI is the information you've shared about Intersys Abtac. If what you've said is accurate, it's valuable. If you have evidence, training material, scripts, internal emails, CRM screenshots, or anything that can be independently verified, I'd much rather focus on that than argue about how I draft my responses. At the end of the day, I'm interested in the truth. If you've got more to share, my door is open.
Yeah, so I need evidence.
I think that lands well because it doesn't apologise for using AI. Instead, it normally...
Yeah, well, I acknowledge it. So I don't hide what I do. And if you know anyone else doing a better job than I am at exposing these Karachi companies, and sure, the problem I have is that, the problem I have is I can't find victims of these scams because most of them are too embarrassed the fact that they got scammed. Most of them are publishing a book that could be personal. A lot of them have been told they're going to get their logo designed. They needed trademarks. We had a smorgasbord originally. You know, if you saw the investigation we're doing on Karachi, it's pretty extensive. It's pretty sad. But, I'll just take that off the screen for a second, but I don't even know if I think I've got a whole area on Karachi. Software houses. So investigations, let's have a look. Yeah, we do. I'll give you an idea of how big of an investigation is. This is my database where I investigate scams. These are all the scams that I investigate, which are global. There's 250 of them in there at the moment. If I come back to here, you go persons of interest. I have persons in Pakistan, which we have... we've been investigating, and you may recognize some of the names. So we've got all the big people and you won't see this every day. So these are all the people. I've talked to this guy on the phone, and if you research him, he's one of the biggest scammers in Pakistan. He claims that he's innocent, and he wanted his name removed from my website. And after we researched him, it's horrifying. We've got, these are the people that we are researching in Pakistan at the moment that are running, Aznim Bawani is the biggest one, and there's a whole investigation in here all about him and everything. So if you come back to here and we go back to home, I have an investigation. So I've had to actually make a different investigation just for touch, indices, and digital labs, and all those ones. And I can't actually click on that, I don't think, because it will expose some of the people that are helping us with our investigations. Stories, videos, screenshots, persons of interest, maybe we can. Yep. Give you an idea. This just going back on this one. So we'll go back here. So these are, screenshots that we've got, conversations that we've got with different people. We've got, recordings of people that I can't even bring up those because it's got some confidentials, images, we've just got a full-blown investigation going with everything to do with Pakistan. Now, I can't save the world. I'm one man. And indices, formerly known as hashtag. I mean, that was the very first thing I learned in the first 10 minutes of a year's worth of investigating. One of my key researchers has gone AWOL at the moment. Some of the people that I have helped research me stuff, I don't know their names. I don't know where they live. They provide me intel. They control a lot of the conversations that we've had with people, and then they give me the intel and we go with it and we publish it. But to come in here and say that I shouldn't use AI, or tell people that I've gone soft. And now you're telling me that you were working for a scam company. You were using a fake name. You were using a fake name. You were told to lie to people, tell them that you're in LA. And now that company that they've garnished your wages, or they've stopped your wages, you want my help, or you're telling me what I should do for a living. I mean, why don't you start up your own website and start up your own YouTube channel and start exposing these companies that you were working for? I know why, because you'll get killed. And that's the horrible side of these individuals that I'm trying to expose. I don't get paid for this shit. I don't get paid to write 10 articles about the biggest gangsters in Pakistan. $3.4 billion is generated from the software houses in Pakistan. It would be fair to say, if not 60% of those companies are running scams. In 2021, they closed down indices and they reopened Aztec or all those other companies they keep morphing into. And then they diversified. They went to Australia, Canada, America, and set up shop in those countries. They set up proper companies. So all the people that have immigrated to America, lovely people, Pakistani people, they've been contacted by people back home, asked to set up what looks like a legitimate LLC company, set up websites in their names, and then all the websites that I just showed you just before are all managed back home in Pakistan. And when it all goes pear-shaped, those innocent families that have managed to get their asses out of Pakistan are put in front of the courtroom and held accountable for the actions of people back in Pakistan. Now, how can I stop people doing that? Do we kick out all the Pakistani people that have immigrated to America because they potentially could be forced to start up a company? How do I fix that? Have you got any suggestions? Rather than picking on I use AI to reply to you, how can you come up with some constructive things that can stop these scammers from scamming people? Oh, you did, didn't you? And you think I missed it. So when somebody uses their credit card, you go and do a chargeback. Well, you've got 3 months to do a chargeback on your credit card. Now, these companies know that. So they will string people along telling them that they've nearly got their book ready. They've nearly got their logo ready. They've nearly got their website ready. They've nearly got their branding ready. They've nearly got the trademark done. Well, they needed to get an ASB number. That cost, one guy got charged $9,000 to get an ASB number, which it costs you about $150 to get. So once everyone realizes that they've lost their money and they go to their credit card company will say, well, you've got, you passed the 3-month threshold. Sorry, we can't get your funds back. How does chargeback work? Okay, that's a great idea and that's a great thing, you know. And I know that you guys have had chargebacks to deal with because your bosses will come and flog you and tell you that that guy that you were stringing along for 2 months has done a chargeback on the credit card and they'll blame you for not nurturing that customer. Is that right? So you get the blame if the chargeback comes, and that's why you're aware of these chargebacks. Am I incorrect? So I'm willing to try and help you. So if you're willing, let me put your messages on the screen here so everyone can see them. Don't need to respond. I replied on what I heard on your stream. Okay, well, I do respond and I do take it personally, and it does affect my life, my health. I just had breakfast at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. This plays a toll on me. So what else we got from you here? We've got, I never said they held my wages. Well, I'm telling you that I get 5 people a day on my LinkedIn account telling me that they want me to go after and expose a company because, let me show you something that you will not believe. Let me just show you. I don't know how to do this. I'm just going to try something here and see if I can do it. So let me show you iCloud. Is that going to work? Sign into iCloud. 1 minute, please, caller. I'll see if I can bring up a notepad on the screen. Oh, I can do it here. Oh, okay. Hold it. 1 minute. 1 minute, please, caller. Let me show you something interesting. This may be surprised. Okay. So I'm going to put a box on the screen, on the other screen. We're going back to the screen here. Okay. Oh, let's see if I can make it bigger. So that's a box, right? So I'm typing here. You can see me typing, and I'm going to make it a bit bigger. Big. All right. So every day I get somebody telling me they've lost their wages. So I come along here and I do WAGE wages, and then I go, is it reply? No. L. Oh, yeah, that's it. And then I'll get enter. Boom. Okay. So this is my standard reply to people telling me that they've lost their wages. So this is why I try to reply to everybody. Now, this is done with AI, but listen to this.
Thank you for reaching out. I want to acknowledge what you've shared. I receive messages like this almost every day, and they almost always involve Pakistani-based software houses or sales operations where wages are withheld after concerns are raised. I can empathize with the fear, stress, and financial pressure this creates. However, I need to be clear about expectations. I cannot help recover withheld wages, intervene in employment disputes, or force companies to pay what they owe. I don't want to offer false hope. Where I can help, and where real impact happens, is by protecting victims and disrupting the flow of money that keeps these operations alive. If, through your role, you had access to names and contact details of individuals who were pitched services, such as book deals, promotion packages, website builds, copyright or trademark services, and did not receive what was promised, that information is critical. With verifiable details, I can contact people directly, confirm what they were sold, and warn them before further harm occurs. Once victims are confirmed and patterns are established, I publish my findings and name the company involved. That exposure is what cuts off revenue, protects future victims, and forces behavior change, including how staff are treated. Stopping the money is how scams collapse. If you're willing to share factual, verifiable information about affected individuals, you can do so carefully and at your own pace. If not, I understand, but I won't be able to assist further. This is how I fight scams, and it's the only approach that consistently protects people. Danny #SoftwareHouseLeaks Danny DeHeck.
Alrighty, so hopefully that may help you a little bit. So just reading the last few comments there. And the other thing, which might be a cultural thing, but you're very demanding and you're very pushy and you're very condescending. So I don't know, and you tell me that you're coming here to help, you're trying to help people. But if I'm the only guy out there talking about Pakistani software houses, you know, like, how are you actually helping me by criticizing, you know, if you don't know my workload and the amount of work I can process in a day, I do 70 to 80 hours a week going after scammers. I reckon I would do a 120-hour week, but I use technology and I really get through a lot of work. If I'm getting 5 emails a day from individuals in Pakistan that have lost their wages, and I sat here like you want me to and write a personalized message back to everybody, it would take me probably an hour and a half. And not only that, you wouldn't be able to read or understand my messages, or I could actually say something wrong and give you false hope, inaccurate information. But using AI, I can put together sentences that I can finally write that express every angle so no one can get it wrong. I can communicate like a legend. And then I can listen to it and go, yes, I agree with that 100% and send it off to you. So let me get this. So let me go. Also, I said a 2-line human answer is better than 2-part AI. So I absolutely 100% think that is bullshit. Because I can think of 2 words I could use to reply. That is not correct. Because what happens is, if I only gave you a 2-line response, we start getting into a chat. And if you want to have a look at some of the chats that I've had with people, they go on for hours. I can have 200 messages. So today, just so you can tell me how to run my life, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chats in Signal that I've got to respond to. In WhatsApp, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Average reply for each of those is 3. So that's 15 responses I've got to give. That's where I do my chit chat. But when I do a formal response via email or a YouTube comment, I actually find it better to put all the information into AI and then tell it how I'm feeling about it. I can say to AI, can you please give a stern answer to this person? This person has been sending me long emails for a long time, and now they're starting to post comments on my YouTube channel. And can you please keep this short and precise and then reply so they don't keep messaging me? That's sometimes how I talk to AI. And then people don't realize that when you go live on my YouTube, we could have had 50 emails back and forth. And a lot of them could have been, so I put those 50 emails into AI and I tell it to summarize and then write one general response to all of them. The other day, I received 51 emails it was, from a lady who'd been scammed and she wanted my help. Do you think I want to sit there and go through all those emails and read them all? And if so, it's not feasible. I get held up. So that's why I disagree. Now, your last comment here, which I'm giving you all the time you want. Well, I'm trying to help. Well, I'm telling you, I understand what you want because you want something from me. I don't work for you. I've stuck my neck out for the Pakistani people who work in the software houses. I've received 3 lawsuits, which I'm defending, that cost me money. I've received not 1 cent. I cannot remember one donation I have received from any Pakistan person for bringing so much attention to this. My LinkedIn account, 100,000 posts of views per month. I pay $60 a month for my LinkedIn account to keep it visible. So I pay for my LinkedIn. I can't afford to pay $60 a month, but I do that. And you guys are trying to help me. Well, if you want to, you can help. You're the first guy who actually understood the model so perfectly. It's not a fight, just a discussion. Well, I get you. And whether I've been working too hard lately, I don't know. But don't criticize the person that's trying to help you, because it actually hurts me and I just feel like I don't want to do it anymore. Because your criticism your constructive criticism hasn't been that constructive for me. I'm sorry I'm not all things to all people. It's the first thing you learn. But, because you think I've gone soft in outing these Pakistani people, it's not a nice comment. That's not helping me fight the software houses in America. It's not. it makes me feel sad for all the time and energy I've spent. And not only me, you have no idea what happens behind the scenes. We had documents that were going to be published on big news outlets in our hands before they got published. We've got people who are going to be arrested in Karachi. We have raids. We've been working with the TV companies, and there's been raids that have happened in Pakistan that we have given over information, and raiding has actually happened. And you can go, you can actually search for that. There's another guy called Gribbs, Peter Gribbs, you know. The only other thing I will do, if you do go to my website here and you do search for Danny DeHeck on YouTube, you'll find me here, but you also find me in Pakistan. I still can't be solved. What's this? We're able to several attempts. You'll find me in Wikipedia, and this is what I've done with my investigation on Pakistan, so you can actually hear. Listen.
Pakistan investigations. In April 2025, the United States Department of Justice indicted the proprietors of an e-commerce website, eWorld Trade, for conspiring to distribute synthetic opioids in the United States. In June 2025, DeHeck began publishing a series of investigations into the parent company of eWorld Trade, as well as connected business operations based in Texas and Pakistan. DeHeck's investigation claimed that eWorld Trade was owned by Entities Limited, a Pakistan-based company formerly known as Abtach, with operations in the United States. The cybersecurity journalist Brian Krebs independently corroborated the connection, reporting that Entities and its associated networks were implicated in fentanyl analog trafficking and online scam operations targeting American consumers through a sprawling network of companies across the United States and Pakistan. 5, 6, 7. In response, 3 lawsuits were filed in Pakistan against DeHeck. 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, so if you aren't familiar with what's been happening there, just so you are, so Brian Krebs is another, I'm saying his name right, is another individual that's been exposing. Maybe you could go into his live YouTube feed and give him some suggestions on things that you could do to help him. But you can see, Judad, I don't even know how to pronounce their names, but he also talks about all these different companies that they've set up. He's a legend. He's put his neck on the line. NZ Man versus Pakistani scammers, hard reset. I don't even know this existed, which is quite cool. Oh, yes, I do. I should actually add her article into my blog. I might leave that open for that reason. These are the court filings. Funny enough, oh yeah, that's redacted. You can see the court cases if you want to know. I've got them printed out on my wall. There's the other court case, and there's the third court case. So fully transparent, that's what we're doing around here. We're just trying to help out people. We're trying to help the Pakistani people not get ripped off. We're trying to help the world not get ripped off. And I can't say I'm not, what are you saying here? And I don't want anything from you. That's cool. Thank you. And then what else we got? I'm just going to finish up here. We've got, I don't want anything from you. I was in a different department, not directly related to sales, but once learning about the business model, decided to leave. Well, that's very, very commendable. So thank you very much for letting us know that. But as soon as you found out the company was a scam company, you left. I would love to interview you, and I would love to actually know your story, because I would love to know what attracted you to that company when you first started working for them. I would love to know how they promoted that job to you, where you read about it all, and why you thought it was a good decision to work for this company in the first place. So what due diligence did you do before you worked for this company? How long did you work for them? And I'd love to know how much money they paid you to work for them compared to the people in the sales department, because that would actually help my research. I'm not giving up on the Pakistani software houses. As I said, one of my head researchers doesn't work with us anymore, and he was researching the Pakistani people majorly for me, and then I was reviewing the information. We put it all together. I just don't have a major researcher, and unfortunately, I can't trust. There's a couple of people I trust, but I can't trust a lot of the information that comes from the Pakistan people simply because it's overwhelming. It's sad, and I just can't trust everything that these Pakistani people actually, don't mean these Pakistani people, but the Pakistanis actually tell me. No need to apologize. I've had a long day. Yeah, and yes, I'm very dyslexic. It's very, if you'd watched what I do, look, if you want to find out what I do, it's not rocket science. You literally go here, you go to my website, danny.co.nz or dehec.com. There's me standing with my, got a friend that took those photos. You can actually have a look through these photos and you can see all my big motorbike. In here, it tells you Danny DeHeck is a serial entrepreneur, a digital educator, a fearless advocate of the truth in the online world. And here, I was a painter and a decorator. That's what I used to do. That's me, those cloths, that's my hand. I'm covered in paint. I used to make bars look funky at the time. I started up Christchurch's first internet cafe, which was quite exciting. That's my mate, Peter Young. I have a passion for travel. I've been to 25 countries. I've been to more countries now, China, Bangladesh, and India. Did that when I'm 30. These are some of the photos I took. I'm so lucky to be able to travel. I took that photo back in 2000, 26 years ago, with one of the first digital cameras. I used a real cool camera here. These are all, and I've got some awesome photos. I'm really lucky. I used to own a business networking company where I used to get small to medium-sized businesses together to talk and help each other in business. That fell over with COVID. Then I started recording this meeting that you're looking at as a podcast. And then I started doing podcasting. When COVID happened, I used the podcast gear to start doing Zoom meetings to help these people. And eventually it turned into online workshops. And then somebody tried to scam me, and I did a video about it. And that was back in April 2021. And now this is how I got into what I'm doing. This tells you how I transformed into podcasting. The birth of the crypto Ponzi scheme Avenger. How I support myself is doing drop shipping. And then what next? Basically, people have put lots of comments in here about me, which is really, really nice. And I think I might have to remove some of these comments, actually, because I've found out now that one of these scammers, who they really are. So it'd be quite funny if I've got them in there. Anyway, so look, I come in peace. And to be honest, I would love to interview you. We can do it with, we can't do it with a voice changer, but we can do it with, at your camera on. All right, so that's me, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you've enjoyed that. I will update the thumbnail and update the description of this video when it's finished. Hope you've enjoyed today's podcast, and we will see you, well, not a podcast now, it's a YouTube live. We'll see you in the next video. I'm Danny DeHeck, and we are the Avengers, and that was 3 hours and 36 minutes of my life and your life that you're never going to get back. See you in the next video.